The bright lights of Broadway have welcomed many a star to the big city, and now New York says hello to Bernie Nicholls, the man who enjoyed life in Southern California for the last 8.5 years. Now he brings his scoring talents to New York, where the Rangers will look to him to provide the scoring punch they've sorely lacked this season. He's already had an impact in his first 3 games with the Rangers. His power play blast in the second period Saturday night helped the Rangers beat Bernie's former team, the LA Kings. St. Louis has had its share of stars also, but this season the Blues have something special in Brett Hull. The 25-year-old right wing is the top goal scorer in the NHL with his blistering quick-release shot almost impossible to stop. He has 46 goals and comes looking for more when the Blues meet the New York Rangers and Bernie Nicholls tonight.
Madison Square Garden Network presents New York Rangers Hockey. Brought to you by Budweiser, Beechwood aged for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By the professionals at Payne Weber. And by today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
Welcome live to Madison Square Garden, where Bernie Nicholls makes his New York debut as a New York Ranger as the Rangers meet the St. Louis Blues. Hello, everyone. I'm Sam Rosen, along with John Davidson. A pleasure to welcome you to New York Rangers hockey. Bruce Beck will join us in just a moment. Bernie Nicholls, of course, one of the big stories of tonight's game, but also a big story is the Rangers going with John Vanbiesbrouck in goal.
Sam, he hasn't played in 27 days. He's certainly been working hard in practice and working on something called the basics. Standing up, playing the angles, quick movement with the feet. But I'll tell you something, for people that don't know what it's like to be in that position, the pressure is immense. He has not played in a long time. He has been sitting back and watching a young player by the name of Mike Richter move in and become right now the #1 Rangers goaltender. The pressure is on John Vanbiesbrouck, not only to play and play well, but to try and get his job back. And that's very difficult for a goaltender to have to go through, but it's part of a goaltender's life.
Richter started the last 7 games, was 4-1-2. Now Vanbiesbrouck is in. He'll need some help from his defensive core, and Normand Rochefort has returned to the lineup. This is his 5th game back, and he's played well, John.
He's only had one questionable game, I think, Sam, in the last 4 games, and that was the game where maybe everybody else on the team had the questionable game, and that was that 8-5 loss in Calgary. The game in Los Angeles, he fought back, took the body very well, and what I've seen with Normand Rochefort's play as far as improvement goes is A, taking the body, and B, reading plays and breaking plays up as he backs over his own blue line, standing up and making the plays happen. Great improvement already.
The St. Louis Blues are a streaky team. They're on a good streak right now. 3 wins and a tie in their last 4. For more on them, let's go to Ice Side and Bruce Beck.
Thank you very much, Sam. The St. Louis Blues indeed are on a tear. 3-0-1 in their last 4. They've won 7 of their last 11, and they have jumped to 3rd place in the Norris Division. And they feature a guy by the name of Hull, Brett Hull, who's having an unbelievable season, currently with 46 goals. His dad was called the Golden Jet. This one has a golden scoring touch. 46 goals exceeds the total of last year, and by far the best ever season for Brett Hull, who leads the NHL in goals, in power play tallies, is 2nd in game-winning goals, 6th in the NHL in points, and last night a goal and an assist in St. Louis's victory over the New York Islanders. And what a slap shot he has from the left, from the right, in the slot. He's exciting to watch, and he's on display at Madison Square Garden tonight wearing a St. Louis Blues uniform. So it's the Rangers and the Blues at the Garden. We'll have all the action when we return in just a moment.
3rd meeting of the season between these two teams, and the Blues have won the first 2. They won here at Madison Square Garden 3-1 on December the 13th. That was the game that Randy Moeller injured his shoulder. And you look at John Vanbiesbrouck getting the start, his first start since January the 4th. And the second meeting between these two teams, the Blues won in St. Louis 4-3 when Mike Richter started up there, and the Rangers had a 3-1 lead into the third period. There is Vincent Riendeau starting in goal, and this is his 19th start in the last 22 games since the trade of Greg Mullen to Quebec.
He had the night off last night as young Chris Joseph got the win. The win last night in Long Island.
Curtis Joseph,
I'm sorry. That's the second time this season I've done that. Riendeau, who is just 23 years of age, is a real stand-up goaltender. And the Rangers, I'm sure, will challenge his feet.
And there is Brett Hull, 25 years old. And boy, what a story he's become this season. And it'll be interesting to see how his contract negotiations turn out, Joe. And looking at those numbers, he's in for a big pay raise.
He's helping himself night after night after night. He's making $125,000 now. He'd like to go 5 times that.
Now to center ice for the singing of our national anthem, and Julie Stevens.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare almost bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
John, the fans are pumped. They were applauding before the last verse.
It's been a long time since the Rangers have had a home game as Vincent Riendeau gets the start for the Blues. He's their #1 man right now in goal for the Blues since that trade of Greg Mullen for Jeff Brown to the Quebec Nordique.
9-7-2 since that trade.
And has only played badly in about 2 of those games, Sam, since the trade.
And across the way, the man looking to turn things around is John Vanbiesbrouck in a very important game for him. Only 1 win in his last 12 decisions. John Vanbiesbrouck looking for a strong game. Mike Richter had started the last 7. Rangers have lost only once in their last 7 games, 4-1-2.
What I find interesting here is the best centerman for the Blues is Adam Oates, and right away Roger Nielsen goes head-to-head with Bernie Nicholls opposite Oates.
And he goes head-to-head with Jan Eriksson opposite Brett Hull. Nichols is bumped. Turcotte going for it. It's Nicholls, Turcotte, and Eriksson. Leach and Moeller for the Rangers. Brett Hull, number 16, has it knocked away. Adam Oates is number 12. Sergio Momesso, number 27, with a shot that's wide, and Leach takes it off the boards. Glenn Featherstone, number 36. Mike Lawler, number 26, on defense for St. Louis.
I find it interesting that Jeff Brown's unable to dress because of a shoulder problem. So the Blues have 6 defensemen dressed, but Twist will hardly play, so they will play 5 most of the night.
Hull with a quick shot, and Vanbiesbrouck with a blocker save. Oh, that Hull releases his shot so quickly.
That was a great save, Sam. A tremendous save, a reaction save by Vanbiesbrouck on a sharp shot from Brett Hull in the slot.
Eriksson against Featherstone, centering. Turcotte taken out of the play. Good play by Lawler. Here comes Turcotte again. Shot it wide. Patrick is on now and moves it around the boards. Penalty upcoming on the Blues. Paul Stewart, the referee tonight, makes the call on Glenn Featherstone. The game is only 1:04 old. As Bernie Nicholls juggles the puck on his stick, and the young man, Glenn Featherstone, goes off.
Turcotte had the best scoring chance, but the Rangers continued to get the loose pucks. And Featherstone ended up cross-checking Nicholls down from right in front of Riendeau, right in front of the Blues goaltender. See Nicholls cutting in front, looking for what he hopes will be a rebound, and Featherstone will spot him and trips him up. Put the stick through the legs, and Paul Stewart was looking right at the Blues defenseman.
Rangers power play was 2 for 3 in Los Angeles, and they have scored power play goals in each of their last 5 games, a total of 7 power play goals in the last 5 games. Featherstone for tripping at 104. Rangers have Kissio, Ogrodnik, and Mullen. Leach and Patrick on the ice for the power play. Patrick plays it down the boards to Mullen. The Blues have Rick Mahar, number 22, out there with Gordy Roberts, number 4. Played down the boards, and it's blocked. Kept in by Patrick. Kissio sets up. Mullen save. Riendeau. Paul Cavallini, number 14, is on. Patrick with a shot off the skate. Mullen goes for it. He's bumped. Mullen still with the puck. Whacked by Mahar with the stick. Dave Lowry, number 10, is there for St. Louis. Ogrodnik beats Patrick. He has some room. Cross ice to Mullen. He scores! Brian Mullen! It's a power play goal!
Sam, it goes right back to the face-off. The Rangers controlled the puck for 39 seconds before they scored. But on the original face-off, Brian Mullen kept the puck alive by getting to the loose puck after the puck was dropped. From that point, the Rangers had scoring chances, some great passing, and this is one of the great passes right here from James Patrick all the way across the ice surface, and Mullen delaying as Riendeau went down. Mullen went up with a shot. Look at Mullen skating into the position of facing the passer. Takes the puck, and as he's backing up, snaps the puck in up high. It's a power play goal.
John, that play almost didn't happen. John Ogrodnik was cutting into the slot and reached out for a deflection and missed, and the pass went through to Mullen as originally intended. Back to the point, the long shot blocked. Greshner lost it. Save Vanbiesbrouck, gloves the rebound away from Paul McLean, holds on for a face-off. Rangers with 17:56 to go in the first, lead 1-0. There's Brian Mullen, scored his 16th. Patrick and Ogrodnik with the assist, and for John Ogrodnik, who's sitting to your left, and there he is, leaning in. That is point number 700 in his NHL career. Goal number 16 for Brian Mullen. And another save for Vanbiesbrouck, and he covers it. 1:43 the time of the goal. Look at Robert Dirk, who took that shot. Here's the Rangers lineup. John Vanbiesbrouck in goal. Bob Froese is the backup tonight. Hardy, Patrick, Leach, Moeller, Greshner, and Rochefort on defense for the Rangers. Up front, Nicholls, Kissio, Wilson, and Jansen's down the middle. Ogrodnik, King, Millette, Erickson on the left. Turcotte, Mullen, Dahlin, and Nyland play the right side.
Rangers just made a quick change after losing the last defensive draw. They want Kissio to go opposite Zezel's line. The Blues will change their combinations a lot. They used all kinds of different combinations last night. Here we go. Dirk and King had their sticks and elbows up.
Right off the boards by Riendeau for Dirk, number 37. Kissio centers to Mullen. Quick shot is stopped, but a penalty called on Chris King for tripping.
He knocked down Dirk as he skated by the Blues defenseman in behind Riendeau, and the referee Stewart caught him. Tripping is the call to Chris King, so the Blues will have their first power play of the game.
Chris King will go into the penalty box. Tripping the call at 2:54. Blues on the power play.
The Blues were 0 for 3 last night against the Islanders on the power play, and 2 for 9 against the New York Rangers during their season series this year. Zezel and Hull have the 2 goals, and Momesso has 2 assists on the power play.
It's Zezel, Momesso, and Hull up front. They missed Jeff Brown at the point. It's Adam Oates, a forward, playing the right point, and this is Paul Cavallini, number 14, with the puck. Rangers have Erickson, Janssens, Patrick, and Hardy on the ice. Hull gets it back to Cavallini. Paul Cavallini. Hull. Momesso around to Zezel. Ran into the referee, Paul Stewart. Now it's Adam Oates. Zezel along the boards. Hull is set up in the circle. It's Momesso with the puck back to Zezel. Now Hull going out in front. Oates to Zezel. Hop past him. He still got it. Checked by Patrick, cleared by Janssens.
It really hurts the Blues not having Jeff Brown in the lineup for their power play. And certainly for the Rangers, you pay more attention to Brett Hull with Brown not in the lineup.
Rangers had trouble making a change. Muller was climbing over the boards and he fell down onto the ice. Nicholls is on now with Turcotte, Muller, and Leach for the Rangers. And Leach tries to clear, blocked by Cavallini, taken away by Turcotte. Momesso trying to slow him down. Turcotte moves in against Oates and shoots wide. Momesso drops it off for Oates.
Turcotte's had real good jump here early in this game, Sam. Twice he's had scoring chances, but he's missed the net with both shots.
Momesso with the puck. Oates, Ron Wilson, number 18, is setting up in front, setting a screen. Hull with a shot, hit the side of the net. Wilson taken out of the play. Good check by Moeller. And the puck cleared by Nicholls. 10 seconds to go in the St. Louis power play. 4.5 minutes gone by in the first period. Rangers leading 1-0. Adam Oates moving in. Drops. Fake the drop. Oates around the net. Now tried to feed Hull, and Mullen broke it up.
Oates even got you with that fake.
Yeah.
He's a shifty playmaker.
Great hands. Rangers break out. King back on the ice. Team's at full strength. King went offside. 15-14 to go in the first period as Brian Sutter looks on.
One of 4 former Blues captains who have gone on to coach the Blues. Al Arbor was the first. Red Berenson the second. Barclay Plager the third. And now Brian Sutter.
Bob Berry alongside. Vincent Riendeau is the starter. Curtis Joseph is his backup. Roberts, Twist, Lawler, Featherstone, Dirk, and Paul Cavallini the defense. Oates, Zezel, Mahar, and Wilson down the middle. Brind'amour, the fine rookie. Momesso, Gino Cavallini, and Dave Lowry. McLean, Hull, Tuttle, and Chase.
I don't know how much Chase will play, Sam. He's bothered by the flu. So they had to put him in once they found out that Jeff Brown could not play.
Last night they played 7 defensemen.
Right. Well, they played 6. They dressed 7. Played 6. Twist never had a shift during the entire game.
Chris King moves out with a puck. Paul McLean slowing him down. Lawler breaks it up. Patrick. Kissio gets onside. King goes to the puck and shoots. Save Riendeau off his glove. Mahar's pass is deflected by James Patrick. And now Glenn Featherstone fires ahead.
Riendeau.
Chance for Paul McLean was high. Mahar in the corner is bumped by Carey Wilson. Mahar still with it. Try to put it out in front. Hit the back of the net. Wilson moves it around. Gordy Roberts keeps it in for the Blues. Now it's Mahar. Big battle in front. McLean trying to stuff it in. Patrick and Paul McLean really going at it in front.
Riendeau, the Blues goaltender, has twice had pucks ricochet off his catching glove, and he was shaking and is still flexing his catching glove hand. It's pretty sore.
Hardy tried to hit Millette with a pass. Caromed on goal. Roberts moves it around to Gino Cavallini. It's blocked. Dolan's pass coming all the way through, and it's played by Peter Zezel. Zezel across to Steve Tuttle. Tuttle drops it off for Roberts. Roberts down low behind Gino Cavallini. Tuttle being held by Moeller along the boards. Tuttle gets free. Gino Cavallini setting up in front. Vanbiesbrouck knocked down Zezel with a cross check from behind that Paul Stewart never saw.
It's good if you can get away with it. I like goaltenders that have the adrenaline flow, and that's a good way for a goaltender to get involved. It's the old Jerry Cheevers trick, Sam. Get involved. Push, shove, talk at the opposition. It gets the juices flowing, and Vanbiesbrouck looks sharp.
Twist and Millette are going at it. And now they drop the gloves.
Twist throws haymakers.
Oh, boy,
I'll tell you,
some big ones.
And he puts his right hand back by his hip and throws haymakers when he gets involved in a scrap. And he does a lot of scrapping. He's a big, tough boy. He throws him like Joey Kosar in Detroit.
That started along the boards. Millette doesn't want to stop here. He wants to get back a couple. That started along the boards with Millette with a good check along the boards, and Twist went back at him, and they continued on into the middle of the ice.
Twist has 101 penalty minutes, no points, no goals, no assists, and 2 shots on goal going into that fight.
Some numbers.
Here we'll see how everything starts as Millette throws a pretty good body check along the boards, and Twist, the resident tough guy for the Blues, gets back at Millette, knowing he's trying to bait Millette into something, and Millette realizes now, well, he might have no choice, but he better get at it. Look at Twist. He throws haymakers. Sam, Twist was playing in Peoria. Who did the song Twist? The Twist. Let's do the Twist. The Chubby Checker? Right.
Yeah.
Whenever Twist used to get into fights in the minor leagues in his home building in Peoria, he'd put the record on, let's do the Twist. And the whole arena would stand up and they'd all be singing and doing the Twist in the stands.
Maybe he should do the twist on the ice. Forget about the throwing the haymakers.
Oh, man. He doesn't have a lot to offer as far as the on-ice skills go with playing the game.
I think it was obvious what he was after right there. And that,
well, Mullen
exchange.
threw some big body check into who was that? Dirk he hit? Or Tuttle?
Twist gets 5 for fighting. Mullen gets 5 for fighting at a 10-minute misconduct, and that's because he was throwing some punches when they were down on the ice. After it had apparently settled down, Mullen tried to start it up again, and he got a 10-minute misconduct. Rangers have Nicholls, Erickson, Turcotte, Moeller, and Leach on the ice. Nicholls looking for a break. Erickson drops it off for Leach. Leach takes the shot. Save, Riendeau.
Boy, the Rangers are really challenging the catching glove side of Riendeau, the goaltender for the Blues, high and low.
Oates with a takeaway from Turcotte, moving in against Leach. Leach takes it right back. Clears the zone for Bernie Nicholls. It bounces past him, and Featherstone plays it. 12:05 to go in the first period. Rangers a 1-0 lead on a power play goal by Brian Mullen. Mullen picks up the loose puck, taken out by Mobesso, but got it to Rochefort. 3-on-2 across the line. Rochefort stays with it, puts it in front, and it went behind Erickson. Kissy over the puck. Erickson looking. Erickson tries to come out in front. The pass blocked by Featherstone, and it's smothered side of the net.
So the Rangers to this point have made sure that Jan Eriksson is on the ice whenever Brett Hull is on the ice. And he's been trying to stay very close to the Blues winger who leads the entire National Hockey League in shots on goal. I find it interesting that Brett Hull has changed the blade on his stick somewhat to become more of a shooter in using the wrist shot and the snap shot. Very seldom anymore do you see Brett Hull use the big slap shot. He feels that the National Hockey League doesn't allow the time to have that happen, the big windups. So he's been working on his quickness and changed his blade to be more accurate with the wrist shot.
Smart move on his part.
Oh, he's improved on all aspects of the game over the last couple of seasons.
Rick Mahar is bumped off the puck. Mullen takes it back. Looking. Plays it off the corner boards past Kissio. Mike Lawler goes for it. Lawler tied up by Kissio. Dave Lowry clears the puck. Kelly Chase, number 39, is on now for St. Louis. He bumps with Rochefort. Ogrodnik playing it across. Dangerous move. But Greshner was able to clear it out. Mahar, 35-year-old captain of the Blues, Rick Mahar, former New Jersey Devil, stayed in great shape. Big collision in center ice. Rochefort and Chase, and Rochefort got the worst of it.
Chase saw Rochefort moving across the ice surface. Rochefort loves that play, moving up in the neutral zone and banging people if they have their heads down. Chase, a big rugged winger, saw the play developing.
Ogrodnik moves in his backhander off the glove of Riendeau, and Gordy Roberts sends it out to Kelly Chase. Bounces across the ice, and Carey Wilson plays it. 10:40 to go in the first period. Rangers leading 1-0. Riendeau leaves it for Roberts.
The Rangers have given up 2 scoring chances to this point, and Vanbiesbrouck looked calm on them both.
Paul McLean gets a shot off it, bounces to the back of the net. Vanbiesbrouck plays it around the glass. McLean pass across in front of brind'amour, and it was stopped by Vanbiesbrouck. McLean down the boards. Patrick tries to move it and does. Wilson gets to it. Hardy brings it out. Race for the puck. It's icing waved off. Good hustle by Ulf Dahlin. Dahlin tied up with Gordy Roberts. Chris King looking for it. Dahlin gets it over to Wilson. King sets up in front. Back to Dahlin with Peter Zezel on him. Dahlin working the boards against Cavallini. King against Zezel. Zezel gets it to Roberts. And the Blues move up. Peter Zezel, one-time Philadelphia Flyer. The pass broken up by Moeller. Turns the other way. Lead for Wilson. Now Chris King. Back for Wilson. Broken up in front. Good play by Mike Lawler. Turcotte. Slowed down by Ron Wilson. And Robert Dirk is back for it. Lawler, one-time Montreal Canadien, plays it off the boards into the Rangers zone. Vanbiesbrouck steers it around. Gino Cavallini couldn't handle it. Turcotte comes out. Lead for Erickson is broken up by Lawler. Janssens brings it across to Leach. Back to Janssens. Janssen centers, and it comes all the way out. Rangers move the puck nicely into the zone. Erickson comes back again. He's tied up by Ron Wilson. Greshner bumps into Gino Cavallini. It's like bumping into a wall.
Randy Moeller knows what that's all about. Last time these two teams met in the Garden, Moeller was hit by Cavallini and separated his shoulder. 1-0 Rangers. We'll be back.
Armand Rochefort, 5th game since coming back from the reconstructive surgery. Janssens against Oates. Rangers have Janssens, Erickson, and Nyland. Chris Nyland's first shift of the game. 8:35 to go in the first period.
First time this entire checking line has been together on the ice to go opposite Oates, Momesso, and Hull. Before it had been Bernie Nicholls with his line opposite Oates.
Paul Cavallini intercepted by Nyland and poke checked away from him. Nyland recovers and feeds Janssens. Erickson tied up by Featherstone. Loose puck. Cavallini goes for it. And Paul Cavallini represented the Blues in the All-Star game along with Brett Hull. Puck cleared out and Momesso's got it. Sergio Momesso has enjoyed a good season for the Blues after coming over from Montreal.
And he's playing out his option, and the Blues still want him to be a little more consistent as far as having good games. He can be quiet the odd night. What a horse he is. He's a big guy, and he draws a lot of penalties now, moving out of the corner with the pucks towards the other team's goal.
James Patrick drops it in. Blues don't give you many scoring chances. Rangers only 5 shots on goal. Blues 4.
Very few scoring chances on the rush, leading the puck out of your own zone. They have to generate more forechecking and create turnovers.
Oates for Hull, and Erickson was right there to stop Brett Hull. Good play. And what hustle by Adam Oates to get to the loose puck to set up the scoring chance. Turcotte moving in. Turcotte holds, shoots, scores! Rangers lead 2-0 as Darren Turcotte gets his 2nd goal in the last 9 games.
Sam, it's an interesting play here with Moeller joining the rush. It looks like a 3-on-1 where Moeller would get the puck now, but Turcotte didn't pass it to him. He just decided to shoot it, and it goes right through the legs of Riendeau, and that will be the first point on home ice for Bernie Nicholls as he will draw the assist. He's the one that fed the cross-ice pass to Turcotte. See Moeller moving in? He thought he was going to get the shot from the slot. It didn't happen. Turcotte got himself into a jam, had no other play but to shoot it, and it found an opening.
Well, Turcotte, you know, likes to shoot. That's his forte. 18th goal of the season for the Rangers rookie, and it's a 2-0 Rangers lead. Greshner plays the puck. Stops it.
Sam Turcotte now has 36 points. And Makarov, Modano, Brind'amour, and Roenick, the only rookies ahead of Turcotte in the scoring race for the rookies in the league.
Broke it up in front by Lawler.
Makarov, by the way, has 59 points. A great season.
6:40 to go in this first period. Rangers leading 2-0. Turcotte with his 18th from Nicholls and Leach at 12:49. Chance for Lowry, missed it. For Brian Leach, his first point in the last 5 games. Going scoreless in the last 4 for Bernie Nicholls. 4 points in 4 games as a Ranger. 3 goals and 1 assist.
You know, prior to that rush where the Rangers moved up and scored the goal, it was a great defensive play by Erickson, shutting down Hull in front of Vanbiesbrouck, creating a turnover, trapping Blues, and the Rangers moved up and scored.
Kissio nicely into the zone, taken out by Lawler. Roberts plays the puck. Riendeau knocked down. Chris King will go off. Penalty call.
King's about to be surrounded. He's going to feel like Custer here in a second. The little bighorn, as the Blues all feel they better get back and go at the Ranger forward. Riendeau very slow in getting up as the training staff now hustle out to help out the Blues goaltender.
6:06 remaining in the first period. And Vincent Riendeau is being checked out and in some pain here. The backup goaltender is Curtis Joseph, and he may be getting ready to come on the ice. He's stretching on the ice in front of the Blues bench.
I know the net came right off the mooring too when Chris King and Riendeau had the collision. Right away, Paul Stewart said penalty. Let's take a look and see what happens on the play as the Rangers lead the puck up the ice. King is cutting through the slot in behind Kissio, barrels through and gives Riendeau a push. He did reach out with the arms and gave the goaltender a push, and the goaltender's in the goal crease. The puck was not there. Puck was not there. Chris King followed through with his arms, pushing the goaltender backwards, and that is a penalty.
Curtis Joseph, who won his first NHL game last night at the Nassau Coliseum, a 2-1 win, getting ready in case he is called upon. We'll step out for a moment. 5-minute major assessed to Chris King. The most prestigious indoor track and field meet in the world, the Panasonic Millrose Games at Madison Square Garden this Friday night, and you can see it all right here at Madison Square Garden Network beginning at 7 o'clock. Vincent Riendeau looks like he's okay and will continue.
Sam, watch the severity of this check as you'll see King come in, break through everybody, look at the goaltender, and give him a push. Now, there is no doubt in my mind that that's a 2-minute minor. A 5-minute major, I guess it's up to the referee, and they decided on a major.
It's a 5-minute major for charging at 13:54. It is not a stick infraction, so it does not bring an automatic game misconduct with it. 5-minute major for charging to Chris King at 13:54.
And the Blues do change goaltenders.
All right. Vincent Riendeau has been pulled off, and Curtis Joseph is in. Curtis Joseph in his 3rd NHL game. He's 1-1 this season, and it's a 5-minute major power play advantage for the Blues, with the Rangers leading 2-0. Momesso with the puck. He's on with Mullen, Zezel, Oates, and Paul Cavallini. Momesso up the boards for Zezel. Momesso was taken down by Moeller. And Janssens will go. Janssens took down Brett Hull in front, and it'll be a 2-man advantage for the Blues.
An interesting play by Brett Hull. He was up against Janssens, and he did a 360 to peel away from Janssens. And as that happened, Janssens realized, oh, he's getting away from me, reached out with a stick and hooked Brett Hull right up high in the slot. There's the 360, and there's the hook as Janssens caught Hull right in the elbow and yanked him backwards. Janssens had good position with Hull, but in that 360 movement, Hull was able to get away, and the Blues have a gigantic 2-man advantage here.
The call was tripping. It should have been hooking. There was no trip. That was a hook. But whatever, it's still a penalty. No question about it. 14:20 is the time. So, with the Blues on the 5-minute major, they now have a 2-man advantage. A 5-on-3. Brett Hull stays on. And a dangerous moment here early in the game for the New York Rangers. Despite their 2-goal lead, the Blues with a big opportunity to turn this game around. John Vanbiesbrouck has stopped 4 shots thus far. Rangers have Kissio, Leach, and Patrick. Blues with Zezel, Paul McLean, Brett Hull, Adam Oates, and Paul Cavallini. Patrick skates with a puck, backhands it, and it's out of the zone and clear.
It's a good face-off win by Kelly Kissio beating Zezel, and that knocks off about 15 seconds off the penalty.
Here come the Blues. Zezel holds the puck. Paul Cavallini. Now it's Oates. Leach comes out high. Zezel. You got Momesso, rather Paul Cavallini set up down low. The deflection hit the crossbar, I believe, and bounced out. Hit the crossbar and bounced out.
That's exactly right. Paul Cavallini, who was playing the left point, moved right in to the top of the goal crease. And Kelly Kissio was the defender on that side of the ice. It was a perfect pass across, and the puck may have ricocheted off the right leg of Vanbiesbrouck. See Cavallini in behind everybody? Make that Patrick back there. That puck goes right up to the crossbar, does not go over the goal line, and the Blues come that close to getting their first goal of the game. Cavallini stays down. He's a left-handed shot. The puck goes up off the crossbar, and Vanbiesbrouck held on.
1:27 to go in a 2-man advantage for the St. Louis Blues. 4:01 to go in that 5-minute major. Stopped by Adam Oates. Zezel. Oates. Paul McLean in the slot. Brett Hull set up side of the net. Zezel. They're inching in. Now Cavallini pulls back. Oates has it. Zezel off his stick. He's got it again. Pass across block. Rangers have Nicholls, Leach, and Patrick on. Hull to McLean. Down low, went wide. Intended for Zezel, and it's cleared by Leach.
There's been 2 faceoffs in the Rangers zone on this 5-on-3. The Rangers have won both draws, and we saw some smart percentage play by James Patrick, now not allowing the pass across the slot.
Brett Hull along the boards. Now it's Adam Oates. Oates. Down low to Zezel. Hull comes into the slot in front. McLean missed it, knocked away. Paul Cavallini to Peter Zezel. Checked by Hardy. Hardy's on with Nicholls and Moeller. Down low, deflection, score! And they've got 1 power play goal.
Brett Hull will get credit, Sam. He went to pass the puck, and I believe it caught the skate of Randy Moeller. And as Vanbiesbrouck was moving across the crease with the pass, when the shot or the pass ricocheted, it went back in behind Vanbiesbrouck. It's a 5-on-3 goal. There it is off of Randy Moeller, and Vanbiesbrouck had been moving across to McLean. Couldn't react in time to the deflection.
It went off his stick, John. I think Vanbiesbrouck got his stick on the puck.
Again, we'll see it move across to Hull. The full intention here by Hull was a pass that went off the skate blade of Randy Moeller. We can see it on that play as he was turning, and it went back and beat Vanbiesbrouck.
2:58 remaining in the 5-minute major. Brett Hull with his 47th goal of the season, his 18th power play goal. He leads the NHL in both categories. It's now a 2-1 Rangers lead.
The team record for power play goals for St. Louis is 19, held by Doug Gilmour, now a Calgary Flame. So Hull closing in on that team record.
Featherstone at the point. Gave it away. Turcotte breaks out. 2-on-1 with Erickson. Roberts back. Turcotte. Pass block. Turcotte to Erickson. Couldn't handle it. Featherstone takes him into the boards.
See where the Blues get in trouble, Sam? The power play. They've got to play Featherstone back there, who's not a power play specialist, with Brown out of the lineup.
Amesso moving down with brind'amour, and it's broken up by Patrick.
Now
and Turcotte sends it the other way.
The Blues make a quick change already, get Featherstone off the ice, and get Adam Oates back there, a forward, to play the right point.
Oates brings the puck across. Offside, St. Louis. Hull got the goal, his 47th from Oates and Zezel at 15:56, making it 2-1. 2:06 remaining in the 5-minute major to Chris King, and here comes Brett Hull back into the action.
Talk about hockey in St. Louis and how it's grown with Brett Hull in the lineup. They talk about sports, and St. Louis, of course, is noted as a great baseball city, and the great ball player there is Ozzie Smith. They talk about sports in St. Louis. It's synonymous now in talking about Ozzie Smith and Brett Hull in the same breath. That's how big Brett Hull is in the city of St. Louis.
Well, we'll see how big when they hand out the money.
I'll tell you what I heard.
Yeah?
He makes $125,000 a year. That's factual. They've been dealing with the Blues for a long period of time now, and the Blues are up to $200,000. It's got to be up to $500,000 or $600,000 for this guy. He puts people in the building, puts pucks in the net. What a player! What a sell he is in the entire league, not only in St. Louis. And his agent is Bob Goodnow, who just became the new guy to replace Alan Eagleson in time for the Players Association.
The Blues upping the ante by quarters. Is that it?
I know it's now in the hands of Jack Quinn, the president of the club. But
they've got to
Hull wasn't very happy. When I talked to Hull during the All-Star break, he wasn't real charged with where things have gotten to as far as his contract negotiations go.
Offside, a delayed offside was whistled on the Blues. And that'll bring the puck out of the zone. 1:53 to go in the 5-minute major. 2:59 to go in the first period. The Rangers leading 2-1.
Maybe the Blues are doing the smart thing. They got the guy up to 47 goals already. Maybe he'll get 75 before the season's over. Then they'll say, nice year. Then we'll sign you some cabbage.
Okay.
Who knows, huh?
James Patrick. We talk about the amount of playing time Brian Leach gets, but James Patrick always sees a lot of playing time, power play, penalty killing, and his regular shift.
What's been good for James Patrick this season is he's been able to keep his weight up all season long. Last year it dropped 10, 12, 14 pounds, and he loses strength with it. This season he's been able to keep it up where he wants it, and therefore having stamina to play lots in these games.
Erickson goes for the puck. 1.5 minutes to go in the 5-minute major to Chris King. Erickson doing a good job killing time along the boards. Paul Cavallini finally comes away with a puck. Blues on the power play, trailing the Rangers 2-1. That'll be an icing if the Rangers make the touch, and they do. Vanbiesbrouck originally went out to play it. Somebody yelled icing. He let it go, and the Rangers defenseman made the touch. 1:11 to go in the 5-minute major.
We've had one fight in this game already. I should mention that you won't be working with us Saturday afternoon in Boston.
No, I'm going to miss you. I'm going to head for Atlantic City in that do the pay-per-view fight between Macho Camacho and Vinny Pazienza. Put up or shut up.
Well, good luck. We'll miss you. Bruce Beck will be helping out, doing the play-by-play in that great Boston Garden where we have a great location. Good luck with your trip to Atlantic City.
Thanks.
Enjoy it.
Thanks. I think I'll keep my money in my pockets. Rangers control.
I might have to give you an envelope.
Oh, okay.
For the blackjack table. One-time shot.
Roberts chased by Kissio. Now Brett Hull. 55 seconds to go on the major power play advantage for the Blues. Mullen breaks it up. Rangers have done an excellent job of penalty killing. The Blues scoring on that 5-on-3. The puck deflecting off the skate of Moeller.
The Blues have registered 2 shots on goal since the power plays all started here.
Mullen again got his stick on the last pass. Here's Oates across with it. Oates try to put it in front. Good play by Mullen. Boy, Mullen's had an excellent stretch over the last 2-3 weeks.
Sam, when you talk about penalty killing, you want quick skaters and things, but you also need a player with a quick stick. And that time Mullen was able to reach back with his stick and intercept that pass. That would have been a clean shot on goal if Mullen didn't make the quick play.
Here's Oates, tries again. Turcotte deflected it. Hull's shot was blocked by Hardy. Turcotte comes out. Hardy joins the play. The pass to Hardy. Try to put it in front, but Oates blocked it. And that's it. King is back. Power play is over. Rangers are touched for 1 on a 5-on-3 and still lead 2-1 with less than a minute to go in the first period. Following the first period, Bruce Beck will be talking with Bernie Nicholls, and Rod Gilbert will join us up here in the booth.
Curtis Joseph now in goal for the Blues, has not had a shot to handle yet.
Paul McLean around the net, blocked by Vanbiesbrouck. Another chance set up in front, intercepted by O'Grodnik. Here comes Janssens. Excuse me, it's Dahlin across the line. Dahlin with O'Grodnik. Dahlin moving in. Bumped off the play by Zezel. Leach turns, and he shoots. Saved by Joseph. O'Grodnik shoots wide. Brind'amour going for the puck. Left it behind him. Picked up by Paul McLean. 15 seconds to go in the period. Pass across to Zezel in front. Save Vanbiesbrouck on a deflection off Brind'amour. Leach leads Nicholls. Nicholls against Zezel. Nicholls heads for the net and shoots wide. And that's it for the first period.
Gordy Roberts was injured on that play when Nicholls cut in and took the shot. I don't know what happened to Roberts, but he's having a lot of problems. Now having words with Bernie Nicholls as they try to discuss what happened. 2-1 Rangers lead after the first period.
When we come back, Bruce with Bernie Nicholls.
One period complete at Madison Square Garden, and the Rangers lead the St. Louis Blues by a score of 2-1. More Rangers hockey coming your way on Saturday at 1:30 p.m. as the Rangers once again travel to the Boston Garden to take on the Bruins. We'll have all the action on MSG 1:30 p.m. this Saturday. And joining us tonight, the newest New York Ranger, Bernie Nicholls, acquired in that blockbuster deal on January 20th with the Los Angeles Kings. Bernie, can you share with us your emotions tonight when you hit the ice for the first time wearing the Ranger colors?
Well, I think tonight, Bruce, rather than the other 2 times, I know the first time when I was in Edmonton, I was nervous, and when I went back to LA, I was nervous again. But I think tonight I was more excited than anything. I was looking forward to coming and have an opening night here for about the last week.
Now, you were traded during the All-Star weekend in Pittsburgh. Are you bitter about the way you were traded or the fact that you were traded from Los Angeles?
Well, I think any time a player gets traded, obviously they're upset. They don't want to leave the city they've been in. I've been there for 9 years, you know, so at first I was a little upset, but I think once I met the Ranger organization, all the people here, and seen what they had in store for me, I started getting excited about it and looking forward to it.
Is it true that you didn't get along with Los Angeles Kings coach Tommy Webster?
Well, Tommy and I maybe didn't hit it off like the previous coaches. I felt I didn't get the ice time this year as I have in the past, and my past record proves that if I play a lot, I'm going to produce, and this year I wasn't getting it, so something happened, and I guess he wanted me moved.
To be a star in this town, you really have to have a mental toughness, a tenacity, if you will. Do you feel you have that quality?
I feel I do. I felt, my past 8 years in L.A., I felt I had that, and there's no reason why I can't have it here.
Is it nice getting out of the shadows of players such as Dion and Gretzky and having a chance to be the #1 gun?
Well, I didn't mind playing behind those two guys. They were obviously two great hockey players, and I really enjoyed it. And but in the same sense, I guess for once I can come out here and maybe be the leader if I can live up to that. Obviously, it's a big challenge, but I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully I can do it.
Welcome to New York. We wish you the best of luck.
Thanks, Bruce.
The newest Ranger, Bernie Nicholls, a one-time 70-goal scorer. One period complete at the Garden, and the Rangers have the lead over the Blues by a score of 2-1. Back and a talk with the Hall of Famer in a moment.
Back at Madison Square Garden, where the New York Rangers have a 2-1 lead over the St. Louis Blues. Sunday evening, before the game between the Rangers and the Minnesota North Stars, the Sharp Electronics Legends game. Rangers alumni and the Montreal Old Pros. And tickets are still available, and we'll have it on the air at 6 o'clock. And you'll see some of the great Rangers of all time, including number 7, Rod Gilbert. Get to the net. There's Rod with the shot. He scores against the Bruins in the Stanley Cup Finals 1972. That great line of Gilbert, Rattel, and Hadfield. And here's Vic Hadfield, the Rangers' only 50-goal scorer, blasting one in. And how about Brad Park? He'll be on the ice. Number 2, the Hall of Famer, comes down the slot, shoots, and scores. Some of the Rangers greats will be on the ice, and one of the all-time greats for the Rangers, Rod Gilbert, joins me now. Look pretty good, huh?
Yeah, you like that? Those old replays. It's just
great.
like people ask me, how do you feel, Rod? I says, well, just preparing for this game and just like listening to the crowd out here. I hope that people come out and experience a little bit of what we're going to experience. And I says, how do you feel? I says, I feel young some days, and some other days when a little girl asks me for my autograph, I say to them, this must be for your mommy, right? No, this is for my grandmother. But Sharp Electronics and the Madison Square Sports Crew, we're promoting this on top of promoting a lot of clinics throughout the area, Sam, and we're doing everything in our power to enhance the enthusiasm about hockey here in New York, the New York area. But I think the fans are going to enjoy it. If you look at the lineup, all these great players that you've named before, but we've got also Maloney and Gilles Villemure, which was part with Eddie Giacomin. I have a surprise. I'm not supposed to say it. Eddie Giacomin is going to be part of the game.
Okay.
But he always wanted to score a goal. You know that.
Always going to play wing, huh? Rod, it's going to be great to see you on the ice Sunday. Look forward to it.
I'm looking forward, and I welcome all the people that are going to come to the Minnesota game. There are tickets available, and I hope to see a lot of my old friends there.
Thanks for joining us. Rod Gilbert, he'll be on the ice Sunday evening. Rangers alumni and the Montreal Old Pros. We'll be back with first period highlights in just a moment. Here's the TWA scoring summary. Brian Mullen's power play goal, his 16th of the season, gave the Rangers a 1-0 lead. Ogrodnik and Patrick. Turcotte made it 2-0 at 12:49 from Nicholls and Leach. Hull got the power play goal, his 18th power play goal of the season. He leads the NHL with 47 goals. Shots on goal, 7 apiece. And that's where we stand as we get set to start the second period. And rookie Curtis Joseph will stay in goal. Vincent Riendeau suffering contusions of the back when he was hit by Chris King on that charging major and slammed into the crossbar. Curtis Joseph 1-1 this season. This is his 3rd appearance. This was a highly sought after free agent who came out of the University of Wisconsin and signed by the St. Louis Blues, and one of the future goaltenders for the Blues that they felt confident enough with that they could trade Greg Millen and go with Riendeau, Curtis Joseph, Hebert, the other one.
And Riendeau. So they have 4 young goaltenders that Wayne Thomas, the former Ranger goalie coach, is in charge of. Joseph, by the way, the Rangers even thought about perhaps signing this young man. He signed a big money deal as a free agent by the Blues.
Rangers open with Nicholls, Turcotte, and Ogrodnik, Leach, and Moeller. This will be an icing. And no, it's waved off. It was missed by Dirk. The Blues opening up with Ron Wilson, number 18, Gino Cavallini, and Steve Tuttle, Paul Cavallini, and Robert Dirk. Now the Blues are called for icing. A real winner knows how to party right. Please use good sense when you drink. Know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Anheuser-Busch. Thus far, a good game for John Vanbiesbrouck as he returns to the Nets. First start since January the 4th. First appearance since January the 8th. He replaced Bob Froese on the 8th against the Pittsburgh Penguins, a game the Rangers were beaten 7-5, and Vanbiesbrouck suffered the loss. Lifetime, pretty good record against the Blues. Loose puck that Randy Moeller gets to, plays it down the boards. Mike Lawler. Lawler has become a key defenseman for the St. Louis Blues.
Played better recently, Sam. He had a tough first half. In fact, was criticized publicly by the general manager, Ron Caron. But he's played better and picked up his play quite a bit in recent weeks.
All the way around the boards. Tuttle with great speed got to the puck, is bumped by Leach. Ron Wilson is checked there by Turcotte. Wilson keeps it alive. Nicholls on him. Lawler moving in with a shot gloved by Vanbiesbrouck, and a quick whistle stops play.
Talked about Vanbiesbrouck in practice. Wayne Cashman has been working with Vanbiesbrouck after practice once the team has finished its normal drills, and doing a lot of extra movement drills, basic drills, movement around the goal crease, staying on your feet, showing balance, good conditioning drills at the same time. And it's been tough to practice in recent weeks because of the Rangers' travel schedule.
Bob Froese is the backup tonight. Mike Richter worked out prior to the start of tonight's game.
And about 5 o'clock, Richter and Miroslav Horsheva were on the ice surface here at the Garden. Just the two of them working and taking some shots, trying to get extra ice time. There was no practice this morning for either St. Louis or the Rangers.
Paul Cavallini playing it past Peter Zezel. Momesso goes for the puck. Patrick on him. Puck is loose. Hardy checks Zezel. Momesso tries to move it. Zezel and Hardy. Momesso checked by Janssens. Janssen trying to stay with the big winger. Momesso.
That's where Momesso's been drawing penalties, Sam.
Good effort by Momesso. Save Vanbiesbrouck, and Patrick moves the puck away.
He's so big he can move out of the corner with the puck and carry the opposition player with him. And at times he draws the holding or hooking penalty.
Blues come back the other way. Patrick breaks it up at the line. Paul Cavallini played it in, and Hardy takes the puck. 2 minutes gone by, second period. Rangers with a 2-1 lead. James Patrick moving up. Rangers a chance to gain some ground on the New Jersey Devils and the New York Islanders. The Devils lost last night in Los Angeles, and the Islanders not playing tonight. They lost to the Blues. We've got a fight going. King and Dirk. Dirk goes down.
I didn't even see how that one started. It was on the opposite side of the ice from where the puck was, the near side of the ice. And the linesman got over and quickly separated the two players.
Scrap number 2 of the evening. We'll step out. Rangers will get a power play out of that scrap. It looks like Dirk will get an instigator penalty.
Remember, it was Chris King who pushed the goaltender Riendeau into his own crossbar. Riendeau had to be replaced by Curtis Joseph, so the Blues obviously not happy with Chris King. The Rangers, by the way, had gone 4 straight games, the last 4 prior to this one, and not had a major forefighting. There was no fights at all in the 4 games. We've had 2 in this one.
King and Dirk 5 minutes each for fighting. Dirk gets the extra 2 for instigating. Rangers' second power play of the game. They are 1 for 1. Time of the penalties at 2:14.
The Rangers go with the line of Mullen, Kissio, and Ogrodnik, who scored the power play goal for them in this game, and Bernie Nicholls on the left point. Nicholls and Leach will be very active moving in and out of the play in the offensive zone.
Puck cleared out. Nicholls chases. Rick Mahar after him.
And another thing that's active, the Blues with their penalty killing. Even in the defensive zone, they're rushing everyone with the puck.
And Nicholls rushing, draws the roars from the crowd. Nicholls moves all the way in, centers for Ogrodnik, shot it wide. Pretty setup by Nicholls. Leach gathers the puck in. Now it's Ogrodnik playing it to Mullen. Down the middle goes Kissio. Mullen bumped from behind by Mahar. Kissio in the corner. Mahar works it free. Block, tries the other way. Mullen takes it. Chased by Roberts. Now it's Kissio with the puck. Mullen to Nicholls. Back to Mullen. Nicholls moves in and shoots. Save! Joseph went through his pads and wide of the net. Kissio tries to come out in front. Goes back to the corner. Nicholls was taken down, prompting the roar from the crowd. Leach has the puck. Feeds Ogrodnik. Back to Leach. Down low for Nicholls. Just missed the deflection. Back to Ogrodnik. Save! Joseph. Mahar in the corner tries to clear. Stopped by Mullen. Mullen shoots. Deflected wide. Ogrodnik gets to the puck. Now it's Nicholls. Back to Mullen. Winds up. Feeds Nicholls. Nicholls looking. Leach cutting in from the right point. Nicholls holding. Back pass to Mullen. One times it deflected by Mahar. Leach has the puck. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Ogrodnik behind the net. Shot by Nicholls. Saved by Joseph. Nicholls again. Boy, this power play's been good. They haven't put it in the net. Leach for Nicholls. Off the boards. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Mullen feeds Leach. Leach shot. Blocked in front. Taken out by the Blues. And they killed it off. Lawler sends it down the ice. Vanbiesbrouck moves it around. 15:35 to go in the second period. Rangers lead 2-1. Kissio sending it all the way down. Good hustle by Millette. Negated an icing. What would have been an icing.
That was 2 minutes of pressure by the Rangers on the power play. What a difference Bernie Nicholls makes. Curtis Joseph with some fabulous saves to keep the puck out of the goal.
Loose puck. Adam Oates gets to it. Oates coming down against Patrick. Backhander knocked away by Vanbiesbrouck. Oates hits the side of the net. Vanbiesbrouck covers it. And play stops. 15:09 to go in the second period. Rangers a 2-1 lead. We'll be right back. Rangers with 3 shots on goal in this period.
So Ogrodnik on the puck behind the goal, trying to look in front to see who's open. And there's the snapshot by Nicholls. A great shot and a good save. Great save by Joseph. Nicholls, the point man, was all over the place on that power play. So it's tough to predict what the Rangers will do with Nicholls on the ice.
And you can see the passing involved. Nicholls not afraid to make that diagonal pass. Paul McLean trying to get to the puck in front. Millette goes for it. Now it's Hardy playing it back to Millette. Double teamed and taken away by McLean. Moeller has it back and able to clear the zone. But the diagonal passing between Leach and Nicholls, Nicholls and Ogrodnik, very aggressive on the power play. Dahlin moving in with the puck. Bumped by Featherstone. Dahlin stays with it. Dahlin comes around. Back to Moeller. Back to Dahlin. Paul Cavallini on Dahlin. Takes him down. Wilson pokes at the puck. And the Blues able to clear it aside. Paul McLean knocked down by Wilson. Rangers keep it in the zone. Millette moves it around the board. Joseph stops it. Kept in by Jan Eriksson. Eriksson goes into the corner to get it. Feet in front. Dahlin's being tied up. Wilson had it bounce over his stick. Wilson battling Oates and Cavallini, and it's cleared out by the Blues.
Terry Wilson's ice time is diminishing somewhat. He doesn't kill penalties, and he's not on one of the first 2 power play units. So he has not seen a lot of ice time, something that he was used to earlier in the season.
Blues moving into the Rangers zone. Vanbiesbrouck stops it. Leaves it for Normand Rochefort. Around the glass and into the crowd. Play stops with 13:43 to go in this second period. The Blues have been a streaky team. They're on a 4-game unbeaten streak right now with 3 wins and a tie. Prior to that, they had lost 3 in a row, and before that, they had won 4 in a row.
They've been very happy with the third periods in recent games. By the way, we've all talked about Mario Lemieux and his 40-game point streak he's got going, and it is a great streak. Number 2 in the league right now is Brett Hull. With that goal tonight, it gives him a 15-game point streak. where he's had 26 points, 16 goals, 10 assists. Second longest consecutive game point streak, and it's still alive.
And look at the consistency of his goal scoring, John. The goal tonight gives him 6 goals over the last 6 games. He's had 12 goals over the last 11, 16 over the last 16, 23 over the last 21, and 27 over the last 26.
And every team knows that he will be the guy you try to shut down, yet he continues to do it. By the way, the team streak record, consecutive games for scoring a point, is 19, held by Blake Dunlop, former Blues player.
But Hull really establishing himself as a star. Jansen centering pass intended for Ogrodnik. That shot taken by Rochefort was stopped. Ogrodnik wrapped up by Roberts in the corner. Jansen's looking for the puck. Blues try to move it out, and they do. Steve Tuttle coming down against Normand Rochefort. Tuttle centers for Gino Cavallini. Greshner got a stick on it. Twist with a shot wide. Tony Twist on the ice for the first time since his fight in the first period. Good hit by Rochefort on Tuttle. Rangers move the puck out of the zone, and the Blues have to go back to get it. 2-1 Rangers. All the scoring in the first period. Mullen and Turcotte for the Rangers. Red Hull for the Blues. Glenn Featherstone sends it in. Zezel gets to it. Centers. Patrick got a stick on it. 2 Blues collided, and Mullen breaks down. Featherstone trying to catch up. Mullen slides it across to Kissio. Back to Mullen. Saved by Joseph.
What a great save by Joseph. Kissio can't believe it. Both Lawler and Featherstone fell down, and what a chance there was for the Rangers.
Important save for Curtis Joseph at this stage of the game.
He's only 5'10", 170, but you can see by this play he has great lateral movement as Kissio moved it back. The young man in goal, just 22 years of age, moved across and made the save. A quick shot. Kissio couldn't release the shot because he had to reach back for the pass, so he moved it across to Mullen, and the young Blues goaltender read the play nicely.
Kissio, Mullen, and Erickson on for the Rangers. Hardy and Patrick at the points. Blues have Lawler, Paul Cavallini, Hull, Zezel, and Momesso. Hardy stops the puck. Mullen gets to it. Kissio checked by Brett Hull. And Lawler comes away with the puck for St. Louis.
Seen Jan Eriksson now play with 3 different centermen in this game, simply to make sure that he is on the ice opposite Brett Hull.
Zezel able to clear.
That's the one constant we've seen in this game. The other constant we've seen a lot of is Kissio going opposite Zezel.
What do you think of that matchup?
It's interesting. They're both similar players, Sam. Very strong physically. Both about the same size. Both good on draws. It's an interesting matchup. Almost an even one.
Zezel was pulled down by Hardy, and Hardy will go. Hardy for hooking. And the Blues get a power play chance with 11:33 to go in the second period. Zezel was set up in front. Hardy got the stick in there and pulled him down. For the professionals' choice in sporting goods, it's Jerry Cosby and Company, supplier to the Rangers and Knicks, with stores at Madison Square Garden, Princeton, New Jersey, and Westbury, Long Island.
The penalty occurred just to the right side, or the near side, of Vanbiesbrouck, and there you see Zezel as he's pulled backwards. Hardy had the hook, or the stick blade, into the hip of Zezel, yanking him backwards. It's been a funny game, Sam. Every time the pace quickens, something happens, whether it's a penalty or a fight or something, and it slows the pace down of this game quite a bit. Brian Sutter, by the way, his one philosophy is don't be outworked. The coach of the Blues. Work, work, and work some more. If you get outworked, you're in trouble.
He rarely was outworked as a player. Hardy for hooking at 8:27. Blues' 4th power play. They're 1 for 3. Scored on a 5-on-3. Moeller with a hit on brind'amour. Ron Wilson looking for the puck. It's Wilson with McLean and brind'amour. Paul Cavallini and Adam Oates. Here's Bernie Nicholls moving in and shooting high off the glass. McLean. Rangers have Nicholls, Erickson, Moeller, and Leach. And Moeller breaks up the play. Oates with a nice move in center. Then gave it away to Moeller.
Turcotte's a little groggy, Sam. He was moving out with a puck, and Paul Cavallini stood him up at the Rangers blue line, and Turcotte is over at the Rangers bench, and he looks a little bit sore right now.
Ron Wilson picked up from Winnipeg by the St. Louis Blues to Doug Evans. Erickson gets to the loose puck. Clears.
By the way, that was Paul Cavallini with the hit on Turcotte, the defenseman. Two brothers in the game.
Played 9.5 minutes of the second period. Blues with only one shot on goal. Oates to Zezel. Zezel against Greshner. With the shot, the deflection by Momesso was over the top. Patrick with a good move to move it up the boards. Zezel and Greshner go for it. Greshner clears. 45 seconds to go on the power play for the Blues.
And that one shot was a bad angle shot, high to the short side that Vanbiesbrouck was able to handle rather easily.
Zezel. Slowed down by Jansen. Plays it in. Vanbiesbrouck stops the puck. Gets it to Patrick. Patrick tries to clear and does. Here comes Mullen. Oates moving over. Knocks it away from Brian Mullen. Roberts to Momesso. Now Zezel comes in. Moves past Moeller but lost the puck and Jansen sends it the other way. 12 seconds to go on the penalty to Mark Hardy. Good penalty killing for the Rangers. As Gordy Roberts carries. Off the stick of Momesso. Vanbiesbrouck stops it. Teams are back at full strength. Blues are 1 for 4 on the power play. And did not get a shot on goal on that last power play. Momesso. Pass deflected. Stopped by Vanbiesbrouck's side of the net. Gets a whistle. And play stops with 9:21 to go. Second period. Rangers still leading 2-1. Ryan Sutter in his second year as head coach. Let's take a look at that chance the Blues had.
Look at that phantom stick come in. That was the stick of James Patrick that deflected the puck high before Momesso could put it up over top of Vanbiesbrouck. Sam, in this game, if there's one area Mike Richter can learn by watching, is watch Vanbiesbrouck handle the puck. He did not have a shot to handle during that power play, but he handled the puck 4 or 5 times, firing it up high off the glass and hard. He's very good at that. Vanbiesbrouck is in the handling of the puck.
Featherstone left the puck behind him. Rangers try to move down. Kelly Chase sends it back in. Rochefort hit by Mahar. Featherstone stops it and shoots. Knocked down in the crowd. Mahar with a shot that's blocked in the crowd. And Rochefort sends it out to Ulf-Dahlen. Back the other way by Lawler. Gary Wilson on with Dahlen and Millette. Rochefort and Greshner. Rochefort finds an opening. This will be an icing. And Lawler comes back and makes the touch. 8:42 to go in the second period. 4 other games in the NHL tonight. In Detroit, Edmonton is leading Detroit 3-2. Craig Simpson has 2 goals in that one. Steve Yzerman has his 36th for Detroit. Quebec leading Buffalo 2-1, and we've got word that Guy Lafleur will be out 4 weeks with a fractured jaw. He was hit late in the game last night by Dean Kennedy of the Buffalo Sabres. Minnesota on a goal by Billy Siren leading Washington 1-0, and Winnipeg leading Toronto 1-0 on a goal by Paul Fenton.
And for Toronto, Eddie Olczyk is out for the better part of a week with an injury, and Wendell Clark is done for what they think may be the season with a ligament problem. He was hit by Fetisov, the defenseman of the Devils. He will not require surgery, but there is a ligament problem, and they think it's the season.
Long shot and a save by Vanbiesbrouck. Cavallini, Paul Cavallini taking the shot. And Mark Howe is out for another 4 weeks with his back.
Hextall, by the way, will start skating or start perhaps playing in 3 weeks. That's the word we've gotten. 3 weeks before he'll play.
Darren Turcotte, who scored a goal in this game, had struggled as far as putting the puck in the net. Came into the game with points in 7 of his last 8 games, 1 goal and 7 assists, and scored his second goal in the last 9 with his goal earlier this evening.
He had 7 assists the last 7 games after only 11 assists over his first 40 games. So the playmaking was starting to develop and not the goal scoring. But he threaded the needle, or threaded the hole through the legs of the goaltender in the first period here tonight.
Riendeau started. Curtis Joseph took over for him when he was shaken up after being run into by Chris King. And Joseph has done a good job thus far. This is Ron Wilson coming across with the puck. Still has it. Looking, shooting, wide. Vanbiesbrouck may have gotten a stick on it.
Boy, Rangers had 2 players go right by Wilson at the blue line. Ended up out of the zone, and the Blues had a scoring chance. You can't have that.
Wilson creating something here. Scramble is on. The shot by Gino Cavallini went wide. Nicholls moves it. Ogrodnik across to Turcotte. Nicholls taken down in center. Turcotte moves across, but it was broken up. Dirk sends it into the Rangers zone. Bouncing puck moved around by Vanbiesbrouck. Long shot, save Vanbiesbrouck way up into the air. It goes. Paul McLean took that shot. McLean has the puck now. In front is Gino Cavallini, but it was taken away by Leach.
Well, the blue-collar boys for the Blues starting to work here. They're starting to pin the Rangers in their zone. Not many good scoring chances, but the work ethic certainly there for St. Louis.
Here they come again. Adam Oates with the puck. Paul McLean goes in front. Back pass to Gordie Roberts. Around the boards. Brind'amour looking for it, number 19, but Patrick moves it, and Chris King comes over. King on with Nyland and Jansen. Steered aside by Joseph. King plays it. Nyland. Nyland has not seen much ice time in this game. Centered across. King turns and shoots. Saved by Joseph. Good shot by Chris King. Nyland takes it. Jansen's has the puck. Pass deflected. King gets to it. Jansen's now at the Ranger plumbers that are working. And a save by Joseph. Then King gets knocked down. And we've got something going here.
And Twist, I think, will take the penalty as he hit King, and King helped the play by going down easily. And I believe Twist will get the original minor. Whether something else is handed out or not, I don't know.
Twist is leaving. 6:46 to go in the second period. That was a good shift for Jansen's, Nyland, and King.
Very good shift. And I tell you, a lot of goaltenders don't come off the bench and play very well. This kid Joseph has come off the bench for the Blues and provided them with some great goaltending as he robbed Chris King moments ago.
Rangers, Mark Janssens gets 2 minutes for roughing. Tony Twist of the Blues gets 4 minutes for roughing, so the Rangers come out with a power play advantage.
The original play, you'll watch Chris King there, number 12 in front. Watch Twist go over and hit him. Watch King drop. There's the push, and King drops like he's been hit by a 747. Now Janssens goes back in, and Twist gets upset and throws down King. So you see the three minors developing during that scrum, and the Rangers take the power play.
Chris King going to acting school. But the Rangers get the man advantage. Roger Nielsen looks on. Rangers will be off until Saturday, playing Boston Saturday afternoon, then back home Sunday night against the Minnesota North Stars. And prior to that game, the Sharp Electronics Legends game, and John Davidson will be behind the bench coaching the Ranger Legends.
Oh boy.
You're going to double shift Gilbert. He looks in great shape.
No, he does. It's working. I think it agrees with his body. He looks terrific. He really does.
Rangers on their third power play. They're 1 for 2. Nicholls did a good job keeping the puck in the zone. Kissio shoots wide. Kissio, Ogrodnik, and Mullen. Leach and Nicholls. Dave Lowry breaking down with Rick Mahar. Nicholls getting back. Pass to Mahar. He shoots. Save. Vanbiesbrouck. Rebound. Another save. Rebound score. Lowry puts it in. A short-handed goal.
Sam, when defensemen change sides on the power play, at times it causes a problem because you can't keep the puck in the zone. Now Leach is a left-handed shot. He's playing the right point, and see how he has to move in here and try and field the puck on the backhand? It causes a problem. The puck squirts out. Now you'll see Vanbiesbrouck make a couple of great saves. There's the first one, and here's the second one. But Mullen went by Lowry. He stayed up there, kept his balance, and got the third rebound and scored. You'll see here the rebound. Lowry's number 10 there. He'll back out. His body is not taken by Brian Mullen, so Lowry puts it up top, taking his time. Good finish, and it's a shorthanded goal against the Rangers to tie this game up.
Good hard-working effort by the Blues. They've come back from 2 goals down. A shorthanded goal for the Blues gives them the lead. Rather ties the game at 2-2. The time of the goal is 13:40. Lowry his 11th from Mahar. As you look at Curtis Joseph, Rangers still with Kissio, Mullen, Ogrodnik, Leach, and Nicholls for the power play. Oates, Wilson, Lawler, and Paul Cavallini. As you look at Dave Lowry, originally with the Vancouver Canucks. Leach to Nicholls. Nicholls shoots. Save Joseph. Curtis Joseph allowed only 1 goal last night against the New York Islanders at the Nassau Coliseum. Made 24 saves. Kissio centers. Nicholls shoots. Save Joseph. And it's cleared as it went through the skates of Brian Leach. Leach back for it. 55 seconds to go on the power play. Wilson on now for the Rangers. Gets the pass from Nicholls. Leach back the other way for Grodnick. It's broken up by Lawler.
Best thing that's happened to the Blues in this game is the small back injury. What you hope is a small back injury to Riendeau, because this kid Joseph has stopped everything.
Nicholls at the right point now to Leach. Turns and shoots. High save. Joseph. Rebound loose. The scramble continues, and it's finally knocked aside by Ron Wilson. Nicholls. Back pass is out of the zone. 15 seconds to go on the power play.
Kerry Wilson getting the last portion of this power play at center ice for the Rangers.
Turcotte moving in. Broken up by Lawler. Cleared by Wilson. Vanbiesbrouck stops the puck for Leach, who turns. And the power play is over. Teams are at full strength. Rangers are 1 for 3 on the power play. Turcotte with the puck. Intercepted by Gordy Roberts. 2-2 the score with 4.5 minutes to go in the second period.
Sam, patience becomes the major key now. The Blues have not had many scoring chances. They've given up some, but their goaltender's been there. But if the Rangers try and open it up, the Blues will counter and pick you apart. They've had very few scoring chances, yet they've scored the shorthanded goal. You have to be patient in a tight game.
Knicks come back from Boston and meet the Sacramento Kings tomorrow night here at the Garden. You can see it on Madison Square Garden Network at 7:30, followed by Sports Night with Dave Sims. And the Knicks, who have not won in their last 16 visits to the Boston Garden, trail by 14 in the second quarter tonight. The house of horrors for the Knicks, the Boston Garden.
The Rangers won the last time they were in there in the 3-2 that win.
Yeah.
Richter had a good third period. And right back there again on Saturday afternoon. I love to go in there and work a game in that area in the Garden. It's an old joint, but it's got some great sight lines.
Won't be around too much longer.
Yeah, that's what they say. Quietly making plans for a new one.
That's right. Right alongside that same area. Chris Nyland seeing a little more ice time in the second period. Had a real good shift his last time out. Look at that record.
Yeah.
Good record. He's been in the lineup.
The last home game he played was November 2nd for the Rangers. And the coaches realize that when a person comes back from an injury, the first 2 or 3 games or early in games, the adrenaline is flowing and you work on emotion. The conditioning settles in and shows the more you play over the first 2 weeks of coming back from a long time being out with an injury. And these coaches for the Rangers fully realize that fact.
Gordy Roberts plays it down low, just missed on a deflection try by Zezel. Patrick moves it up the boards and out. Momesso leading Zezel into the zone for the shot. Save Vanbiesbrouck. The rebound loose along the boards, played by Mark Hardy. Intercepted by Momesso. Waits for his teammates to get onside. Zezel. Patrick was taken down. Momesso's pass is blocked. Gets it back to Roberts. Now to the open man, Dirk. Dirk shoots. Save Vanbiesbrouck. Rebound, Brett Hull. Knocked away by Nyland. Patrick moves it up the boards and out. And the Blues have to go back to chase it. Roberts. Adam Oates moves in with the shot. Gloved by Vanbiesbrouck. No whistle. Keeps it alive. Now he gets a whistle. Brett Hull was right there. And there is Brett Hull, the leader in the National Hockey League in goals scored with 47. Pat LaFontaine is second. Mario Lemieux and Steve Yzerman are tied for third. And Cam Neely and Luc Robitaille right behind them.
2 from the Patrick, 2 from the Norris division, 1 from the Adams, and only 1 from the Smythe, and that's Robitaille. That's kind of interesting. You would think there'd be more up in that area from the high-scoring Smythe. Here's the shot by Oates, a high shot that Vanbiesbrouck gloved and held on. Tried to skate out with a little bit to try and make the referee feel that he was trying to get rid of it. Don't give me a delay of game penalty. He's looked pretty solid tonight, Sam, considering he has not been overworked. He's only had 13 shots, but he's been active handling the puck. He's been actively involved with his pushing and shoving. And he's looked pretty good.
Can't fault him on either of the 2 goals. The first one off a skate of Randy Moeller that just trickled by him. And then the second one, he made the first 2 saves. Oates centering, broken up by Rochefort. Blues keep it in. Blues have worked hard in this second period, and they played well. They have rallied to tie the game at 2-2. Put out in front, and Rochefort takes it. Taken away by Adam Oates. Cleared by Rochefort.
And the Blues have only lost 2 of their last 13 third periods. They've won 7, lost 2, and tied 4. So they're a team that, because of that work ethic, can either bore you to death, but they certainly try and work you to death.
Well, they play that style of road hockey, which is good, which the Rangers have done in recent games and have been criticized for, but it turns in a winning effort. Blues come down 3-on-2. Oates turns. His pass blocked, picked up by Paul Cavallini. The shot blocked in front. Still loose, and away with the puck is Brian Mullen.
The Blues 2-7. Whoop, here we go.
King to Kissio, but he was offside. Offside on the play.
King had Kissio, but he did not lead Kissio with the puck, making Kissio go offside. The Blues have won more road games this season already than what they won last season.
They are at .500 on the road this season, and they have the best record of any Norris Division team on the road this season, 12-12-3. Announcers Clothing, furnished by Pierre Cardin, available at George Leonard in the Georgetown Shopping Plaza, 2135 Ralph Avenue in Brooklyn. 1:51 remaining in the second period. Following the second period, Bruce Beck will be talking with Paul McLean of the St. Louis Blues, and we'll visit the MSG Sports Desk where Bob Page is standing by, and we'll also have some second period highlights. Nicholls across, tripped up, penalty call. Gordy Roberts will go. Rangers get a power play try.
Nicholls draws the penalty as he put the brakes on just inside the blue line and had some position on Roberts. As Nicholls stopped, he jumped up into the air. You'll see Brown move in, or excuse me, Roberts move in. There's Nicholls stopping and jumping, and at the same time the stick blade from Roberts knocked Nicholls off balance. So the Rangers go on the power play with just 1:34 remaining in the second period.
Rangers have 10 shots on goal here in the second. Blues have 7. Blues were the only goal, that by Dave Lowry. Rangers with their 4th power play of the game. They're 1 for 3, and Bernie Nicholls lines up with Ogrodnik and Turcotte, Leach and Patrick at the points. Lowry, Mahar, Paul Cavallini, and Mike Lawler for the Blues. Turcotte drives it in, but drove it into the crowd. Wow, and may have hit the fan in the head.
On the side of the head, yes, it did. The fellow seems to be standing up.
Oh, boy.
It just cleared the top of the glass. And Turcotte skates over to take a look. There's attendants there now to look after the gentleman. He really got caught. Bernie Nicholls and Dan McCourt, the linesman, now go over to the Rangers bench to get some towels as they skate over to help. Caught it just up on the forehead. Oh boy. It's a set play where the Rangers tried to shoot the puck in hard around the boards, and that particular play by Turcotte, the puck cleared the glass.
It's like one of those line drives in baseball that fly in the stands and foul territory. You got to duck.
The only thing is that baseball's round. The pucks have those sharp edges.
Oh yeah.
It can be very serious. They're frozen on top of it.
Hope that fan will be okay. Meanwhile, play continues. Rangers drive it in on the power play again around the glass. Mahar takes it. He's knocked down by Turcotte. Patrick moves it back for Nicholls. Hits the side of the net. Less than a minute to go in the period. Leach turns and shoots, blocked by Mahar. Another shot by Nicholls went wide. Ogrodnik hustles to it, gets it to Nicholls. Nicholls checked by Lowry. Lowry dives, try to clear it, and instead freezes it along the boards with 45 seconds to go in the second period. 1:11 left in the power play opportunity.
The Blues have a power play goal and a shorthanded goal. The Rangers have 1 power play goal, and in watching the Rangers here over the last minute of the second period while they're on the power play, Patrick and Leach become the 2 defensemen as the Rangers don't want to take a chance with a forward back there where Nicholls had been playing.
James Patrick with 38 points this season, 27 on the power play, has the most points of any Ranger on the power play, 8 goals and 19 assists. Blues setting things up as Adam Oates skates in to take the face off. He's on with Ron Wilson. Leach to Patrick. Nicholls winning the draw. Ogrodnik tied up by Paul Cavallini. Nicholls gets it back to Patrick. Now Leach. having trouble with the puck. It's bouncing, it's rolling, and the puck cleared out by the Blues.
And this ice surface is the same base that the Rangers had for ice the last time they played in the Garden. The ice show was in here, figure skating and such, but they put a new ice surface on top of this one, then shaved it off to try and keep the ice consistent for the Rangers to play their games.
Rangers called for icing the puck. 14 seconds to go in the period. Early on, the Rangers were skating well and had the edge, but the Blues have taken that away from them with some hard work, good checking.
They really have.
And they've slowed down the Rangers.
What a year for this young man. The first All-Star game of any kind for Paul Cavallini was the NHL All-Star game he played in. His fiancée is a lady named Tracy Smith, a long jumper for the Canadian Olympic track team. And she put him under her training regime this past summer. And Cavallini feels he's in the best shape of his life, and it's helped him throughout this season.
He'd been a marginal player for a couple of years. Washington let him go. And now he's established himself as a solid NHL performer. Ryan Mullen pass across intended for Dahlin, broken up by Cavallini. Period ends. 26 seconds remaining in the Rangers power play. Will carry over into the third period. Curtis Joseph, who replaced the injured Vincent Riendeau, faced 10 shots in the second period and stopped them all. The Blues get the only goal of the second period, a shorthanded goal by Dave Lowry at 13:40. And at the end of two, the Blues on the road trip to New York had a win on the island last night. And at the end of two here at Madison Square Garden, game is tied 2-2. Standing by downstairs is Bruce Beck. Let's join him right now.
Thank you, Sam. At Madison Square Garden, 2 periods complete. You know, a game between the Blues and the Rangers used to be a guaranteed win for the Rangers, especially at the Garden, where the Blues have won just 4 of their last 48. But tonight, once again, the Blues playing well and looking for a sweep of the season series. Paul McLean will join me when we return to Madison Square Garden in a moment.
How do you?
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. 2 periods complete. St. Louis Blues 2 and the New York Rangers 2. Joining me, a fine right wing, Paul McLean, now in his 9th NHL season, but playing for a club, a different club, for the 3rd consecutive year. Do you feel a little snake bitten because of that?
Well, I don't know if snake bitten's the way to say it. I think a little unfortunate. I thought after 7 years in Winnipeg, it was time for a change for Paul McLean. It had gotten a little stale, and I wasn't really getting along that well with Mr. Ferguson and Dan Maloney. We had some differences, and I knew that if they were going to make changes, that I was probably going to be one of them. And going to Detroit, I was excited about going to Detroit. I went in there. I scored 36 goals for them. I thought that I did a pretty good job in there. My family, my wife and my family, I really enjoyed Detroit, and playing for the Red Wings was a big thrill. But it didn't work out there, and so I'm happy to be back in St. Louis. I was originally drafted here, and to play for Brian Sutter, who I have a lot of respect for. When I played with him and against him, it's been a lot of fun.
Still constantly mentioned in trade talks, even at one point, might be coming to New York, valuable winger who can score goals. Is it difficult knowing that you can contribute to a team, but you're constantly being mentioned as a guy who could go?
Well, it doesn't bother me so much as my wife and my children. They're the ones that bear the brunt of any time that I'm traded. I've been fortunate. I've been traded in the summertime all the time, so it was very easy to make the adjustment as far as the kids. And the kids weren't in school, and we could just come to the city and get settled in before school started. But any time during the season, if I get traded, it wouldn't be very pleasant for my wife.
In the last 3 years, you've played with 3 outstanding players: Howard-Chuck, Yzerman, and now Brett Hull. How does Hull rate with the other guys?
Well, I think Hull is right on the verge of becoming a very complete superstar in this league, on the lines of the Howard-Chuck and Yzerman. I think anytime you can score 46 goals in 51 games, you're a pretty good player. And I think he's rounding out his game a little bit more. He's starting to take care of the defensive job a lot better than he maybe has in the past. He's more conscientious about it. That's the way this team plays if we have to win. And I think Holly's right on the edge of making that next step to being one of the great players in this game in this era.
All right, one comment on tonight's game, 2-2 going into the third. Hey, this is the St. Louis Blues type of game. You like to be tied. You like to play a little bit of defensive-oriented hockey. What can we expect in the third?
Well, I think you'll see a lot of the same from us. We're playing our typical Blues game where we're not really taking any chances. We're playing well in our own end of the rink, and we're happy to be going in tied. This is our type of game, as you said, and we're hoping that Holly gets one more shot.
Paul McLean, who scored his 300th NHL goal against the Islanders on December the 29th. Good luck to you, Paul.
Thanks, Bruce.
2 periods complete at the Garden. We're tied at 2, and highlights are just ahead, so stay with us.
Back at Madison Square Garden, Rangers and Blues are tied 2-2 prior to the start of the third period. Take a look at second period highlights brought to you by Minolta and the Maxim 3000i. Maxim does what no snapshot camera can. The only goal, a shorthanded goal by the Blues, Sean.
Not too often when you're killing a penalty where you have the chance to pick up your own rebound, and Lowry does. As he moves in, he will get the first rebound shot here. It's saved, and he gets his own rebound and puts it up over top of Vanbiesbrouck for Lowry. That is his second shorthanded goal of the season, and that was the only goal during the second period.
2 good saves by Vanbiesbrouck, but the third shot is put in. When we come back, Bob Page will be standing by at the MSG Sports Desk. Stay with us. Rangers and Blues tied at 2-2. A lot of other hockey scores and basketball scores to get you caught up on. And for that and a lot more, let's go to the MSG Sports Desk and Bob Page.
All right, thank you, Sam. First, the hockey scores you mentioned. In Minnesota tonight, the Washington Capitals, just 1 point back of the Rangers in the Patrick standing, have a 2-game win streak on the line. They're losing to the North Stars now 1-0. The first period is over. Just 43 seconds into this one, Minnesota scored that goal. Ville Ciron pounces on a rebound from Neil Broughton, and he beats ex-North Star goalie Don Beaupre for that 1-0 margin. The NHL scoreboard, Quebec and Buffalo tied in the second period. If you hadn't heard, Guy Lafleur out 3 to 4 weeks with a fractured cheekbone suffered last night against Buffalo. At Detroit, despite 2 goals and an assist from Steve Yzerman, he has 37 goals in the year now. The Wings are trailing Edmonton in the third period, and Winnipeg is blanking Toronto 2-0 in the second. In football, the Dallas Cowboys have officially completed their, yes, swindle of the Minnesota Vikings, exercising their rights to all 8 draft picks in that trade for Herschel Walker today. The players Dallas got from Minnesota will be waived. Back after this.
The TWA scoring summary, Dave Lowry with us at 11th. A shorthanded goal, Mahar the assist at 13:40. Shots on goal, second period, Rangers 10, Blues 7. Rangers 17 for the game, Blues 14, and the Rangers will be on the power play when the third period gets underway. This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the expressed written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, is prohibited. 26 seconds remaining on the tripping penalty to Gordy Roberts. Rangers have Nicholls, Ogrodnik, Turcotte, Hardy, and Patrick to start the third period. And the Blues go with Mahar, Ron Wilson, Paul Cavallini, and Mike Lawler. Leach takes it in himself, left it for Ogrodnik, and it was knocked away by Mahar. Nicholls whirls away from Ron Wilson. Nicholls trying to play it back to Ogrodnik, but played it out of the zone. Lead for Turcotte. Broken up by Mahar. Here comes Ogrodnik. Drops it off for Leach. Leach pulls up. Down low for Turcotte. Team's back at full strength. Power play is over. Rangers are 1 for 4 on the power play. 2-2 the score. Opening minute, third period. This will be an icing against the Blues. Hardy comes back and makes the touch. St. Louis Blues in third place in the Norris division, but a tight race in the Norris division as well as in the Patrick. The Blues are 2 points behind second place Toronto, 2 points ahead of fourth place Minnesota, and 7 points behind first place Chicago. Brett Hull, yes, he's been incredible. Look at the numbers, including tonight, and the consistency going on and on. He has rarely been stopped for more than 2. I don't know if he's been stopped for more than 2 games, John. I'd have to look that up.
Well, he's been, I mean, it's unbelievable how well he's played, considering you get checked night after night after night. The club record for goals is held by Wayne Babbage, He had 40 goals in 53 games, and Hull did that, the 40 goals, in 45 games. Babbage has the record for goals in a season at 54.
Rochefort taking that last shot, and Curtis Joseph making the save. Curtis Joseph has faced 12 shots. Vincent Riendeau left due to an injury, a contusion of the back at 13:54 the first period. Allowed 2 goals on 6 shots, and Curtis Joseph has shut the Rangers out, facing 12 shots.
He relies on quickness, and we've seen some great quickness from Joseph in this game, especially with his feet. Extremely quick feet with the low shots. They've tried to get him to work on staying out a little bit, not deep in the net. You have to play the angles very smartly in the National Hockey League, especially if you're not a bigger sized goaltender.
Zezel and Nicholls for the faceoff. Nicholls turning, played it to the boards. Ogrodnik tied up by Featherstone. Zezel has the puck. Greshner has it back. Ogrodnik. Feed to Turcotte. Turcotte ridden down on the play. In front, Nicholls. It slid off his stick, and it's knocked aside by Joseph.
That was a good play by Gordy Roberts to knock the puck away from Nicholls. And Roberts has played a strong game here. He's an underrated defenseman, been around a long time, and he saved a great scoring chance by Nicholls.
Puck lifted out of the zone. Rochefort goes back for it. Momesso forechecking. Rochefort to Nicholls. Taken back by Paul Cavallini. Here's Adam Oates. Broken up by Nicholls. Ogrodnik on his left. And the play broken up by Gordy Roberts. Nyland takes it back, and he's wrapped up in center ice by Momesso. Joseph leaves it for Paul Cavallini. Nyland forechecking. Nyland takes it away. Moves in with Janssens. Drops it off for Eriksson, who's tripped up, gets back up and feeds Muller. The shot deflected high. Into the corner, Eriksson gets to the puck first. Taken away by the Blues. Oates feeds Momesso. Long shot stopped by Vanbiesbrouck. Leach trying to clear. Janssens picks it up. Moeller. Karam's on goal and stopped by Joseph. Cavallini turns around to play it. Nyland goes for it and takes it. Nyland in front for Janssens, hit the side of the net. Paul Cavallini bangs it off the boards and out of the zone. Leach stops it. Right back into the Blues end, and a whistle as it took a weird bounce on goal. It was an offside. 17:19 to go, third period. St. Louis Blues, 12 road wins this season. They're at 500 on the road coming into tonight's game. 12-12-3. Coming into tonight's game, over the last 4, the Rangers, rather the Blues, had allowed only 9 goals against. It rolls back into the Blues zone. John, you have to go back to November the 28th to find a streak where Brett Hull had been stopped without a goal for more than 1 game.
I don't think his dad did that.
Wow. That is incredible.
Could you imagine if Hull was playing in a different market? Los Angeles, Chicago, New York. The media attention he would be getting, even though he gets a lot in St. Louis.
Vanbiesbrouck stopping that long shot by Gino Cavallini. Gino Cavallini's had a quiet game tonight. Usually he's really involved, and you see some big checks on his part. Pierre LaRouche with his mom to his right, and Rob Ingram to his left.
Said he wanted good seats because his mom doesn't see so well.
Right.
And there he is. I guess he's getting into the insurance business starting next week.
Starting next week. Business starts. Did he call you too?
He phoned up last
Okay.
night. Got to take you to lunch. I said, fine, but you're buying. No guarantees.
One of the great personalities to ever play in the game, and an outstanding goal scorer. 2-time 50-goal scorer. Scored 48 for the New York Rangers. Always got a laugh.
You know, I bet you his mom can still see better than red light.
Oh, no.
Huh?
Red light will be up here. He'll be all over you when you're behind the bench for the Legends game Sunday. Millette sending to Wilson and getting it back.
I don't know how red light ever stopped the puck playing goal wearing bifocals. I still can't figure it out.
Adam Oates carries in. Feet across to Roberts for the shot. Save made. Vanbiesbrouck's got it.
Good shot by McLean. McLean has a very heavy shot. Vanbiesbrouck was out. Played the position well, went down, and had the puck hit him on the right leg just above the knee, and he held on. There was no rebound. There you see the puck. Oates, a great passer, led Roberts for the shot, not McLean. My apologies, that was Roberts, and the Rangers took the men out nicely in front of the goal.
There's red light with Howie Rose. What are you talking about, red light? He can see real well.
Oh my, look at the glare.
Oh,
see the bifocals there? He had to check it out. See that? I don't know how he ever stopped the puck looking up to the bottom or looking to the bottom portion of his glasses.
Red light will be right here in the booth with me Sunday evening at 5 when the Rangers alumni play the Montreal Old Pros in the Sharp Electronics Legends game. And we'll have it on the air for you at 6 o'clock. You'll see JD behind the bench. Rod Gilbert, Vic Hadfield, Pete Stemkowski, Brad Park, Henri Richard.
Henri Richard, he plays more old-timers games than he did when he played a regular season with the Montreal Canadiens. They just love it, do well. Talked to Brad Park today. He's excited about it.
Turcotte able to work his way out of the zone, joined by Erickson. Turcotte looking. Pass block, gets a shot on goal. It's steered aside by Joseph. Roberts has the puck. Leach with the intercept of the pass intended for Hull. Nicholls high with the shot off the glass. Moeller toward the net off the skate of Erickson. Tries to chase it down. Brett Hull clears the zone. Momesso lost it. 2-2 the score. 5 minutes gone by in the third period. Turcotte moves in again. Turcotte upended by Featherstone.
That's a good hit as Turcotte tried to go to the outside. Turcotte thinks a penalty should be called. Looked like a hip from Featherstone.
Here's Nicholls breaking in, but it bounced off his stick. He's got it again. Nicholls soft shot stopped by Joseph. Nice move by Nicholls. And he finally collected the puck. Erickson moves it down. Mullen's pass blocked by Featherstone, who clears the zone. This will be an icing.
Featherstone with an interesting shift. A big hit on Turcotte. Then he gave the puck away when Nicholls moved in. And then he just saved a play where Nicholls tried to get the pass in front.
There's Glenn Featherstone, the young defenseman, had dangerous moments here.
There's Turcotte moving to the outside. That's a good clean body check by Featherstone, who goes at 6'4", 210 pounds. Darren Turcotte didn't think so. What a battle.
Patrick from Mullen. Stopped by Joseph. 14:15 to go. Third period tied 2-2. Rangers goals by Mullen and Turcotte in the first period. Brett Hull scoring on a 5-on-3 power play situation in the first, and then Dave Lowry a shorthanded goal in the second. Oates got the stick up and knocked the puck down, plays it in, and Vanbiesbrouck stops it. Moves it around the boards for Ogrodnik. A little too far for Kissio. Ogrodnik now on with Kissio and Mullen.
See, that again was another play where Vanbiesbrouck doesn't get credit for a save, but he's the one that got the puck out of the zone with a hard, high wrist shot around the glass.
Brind'amour tied up by Patrick. Paul McLean centering, blocked by Kissio. Oates has the puck. Oates leaves it for Roberts. Mullen goes back to take it. It's upended. Patrick comes away with the puck. Sends to Ogrodnik. Big shot knocked away by Joseph. Rebound, Carms to the boards. Brind'amour takes it. Back to Featherstone. Wilson forechecking on Glenn Featherstone. Little help from Roberts to Paul McLean. Wilson, Dahlin, and Millette on the ice for the Rangers. Just under 13 minutes to go in the third period. Greshner gave it away to Paul Cavallini. And now it's Steve Tuttle. Greshner back for it. Tied up. Good forechecking by Gino Cavallini on the play. Millette moving it up the boards. Stopped by Paul Cavallini. Deflects in front. Rochefort's got it. Dahlin on his right. Wilson with him in center. Joseph stops it. Mike Lawler plays it. Now both teams being very, very careful. Trying to avoid mistakes here. 2-2 the score. 12:15 to go in the third. Lawler off the skate of Ron Wilson. Sent in by Brett Hull. But put it up into the crowd and play stops with 12:09 to go in this third period. Brett Hull with one of the goals. New York Rangers fan club meets again Monday, February 5th. 7 o'clock at Workman's Circle. That's 45 East 33rd Street. Special guest that night, Ulf Dahlin, Mike Richter, and Gary Wilson.
Wilson, the Canadian, Richter, the American, and Ulf Dahlin, the comedian. So I think the fans that go and listen to those guys chirp will have some laughs. Ulf Dahlin is one funny individual.
They'll have a good time. Roger Nielsen.
It's a type of game I think both teams expected to play here. Fairly close checking. A 2-2 game where the specialty teams have meant a lot. We've had 3 of the 4 goals scored by the specialty teams. The Rangers with a power play goal. The Blues with both a power play and a shorthanded goal. Only 1 goal at even strength, and that was scored by Turcotte.
A lot of stops thus far. You had a look at Sergio Momesso, Brian Sutter. His team is a good checking team, and defensively very comparable. These two teams. St. Louis 6th in the league, Rangers 7th in the league.
And both the Blues and the Rangers the best defensive teams in their own division.
Jansen's, Eriksson, and Nyland on for the Rangers, with Leach and Moeller. Moeller back for the puck. Roberts tries to keep it in and does. No, it's a delayed offside to the Blues. They haven't cleared out of the zone, and there's the offside whistle. 11:42 to go, third period. A lot of whistles thus far in the third as the pace is slowed down. See the time remaining. No scoring thus far in the third period. Rangers with 4 shots on goal, Blues with 2. And we played a little over 8 minutes. Paul Cavallini drives it wide of the net. It's on the back of the net. And the whistle stops play. And here's another faceoff. Faceoff will come outside the zone. Rangers starting play tonight 4 points behind New Jersey and the Islanders. Other games, Edmonton with a 4-3 lead over Detroit. Steve Yzerman with 2 goals for the Red Wings in that one. Ruzicka scored again, his 4th of the season for the Oilers. Craig Simpson has 2. Quebec with a 3-2 lead over Buffalo. That's in the third period. Minnesota still leading Washington 1-0 in the second, a goal by Billy Siren. Paul Fenton has both Winnipeg goals. Winnipeg leading Toronto 2-0.
See where the go-ahead goal for Quebec on the power play scored by Kimball, the heavyweight. That's getting right. A chance to play on the power play.
Jansen's pass deflected by Paul Cavallini. Jansen's reaching for it to keep it in the zone. Featherstone takes it. Now Cavallini out with it. Vanbiesbrouck stops the puck for Patrick. Brett Hull had it knocked away by Hardy. Rangers have done a good job on Brett Hull. He scored a goal on a 5-on-3 power play situation. An icing called on the Rangers that'll bring it all the way back. And that's really the only good chance that Brett Hull has had. Otherwise, Jan Eriksson has done an excellent job. Hull with 2 shots on goal in the first period. That's it.
One was the shot where he was credited with the goal, which actually was a pass, and it would have gone wide, but it deflected in. And the other one was a shot very early in the first period. We broke away on the right side and took the shot, and Vanbiesbrouck didn't have a problem at all with it. On second thought, Sam, I apologize. It was a shot from the slot early in the first period, up high on the stick side, where Vanbiesbrouck made the save.
That's right, that quick reaction save. Roberts keeps it in at the line. Looking toward the net, goes back to Lawler for the shot. Save, rebound, save, Vanbiesbrouck on Lowry. Leach sends out Ogrodnik. Ogrodnik for Leach. Tied up from behind by Kelly Chase, who's on the ice for the first time in a long time. Lowry. Another good scoring chance for Dave Lowry. He cashed one in on the shorthanded situation earlier. Another delayed offside, this one on the Blues.
The whole play was a good play. Finally, the Blues got the puck back to Lawler at the point. He took the good low shot. Lowry had positioned himself in front. As Chase and Moeller have some words, it was Moeller that banged Lowry quite hard after Lowry had the rebound shot. We'll see the play develop here as the Blues move the puck back to Lawler. Now watch in front. There's Lowry, and he gets the backhand shot. Vanbiesbrouck with a save, and in comes Muller, and he goes head hunting to get rid of Lowry from being in front. Once again, a good low shot here. The rebound, and then look at Muller come in, woo, leading with the elbow, and Lowry just ducked out of the way. And I think that's why Chase was moving over to go at Randy Muller.
10:28 to go in the third period. John Vanbiesbrouck has stopped 15 of the 17 shots on goal. 2-2 the score. Blues have beaten the Rangers 3-1 and 4-3. That's the final meeting of the season between these two teams.
So the Rangers had to make a pass from a defenseman to a forward as the Blues make sure they take away the defense to defense pass as the Rangers try to come out of the zone.
Blues break it up, head the other way. Rod brind'amour moving in nicely. brind'amour 2-on-1 developed. brind'amour's pass deflected by Vanbiesbrouck. Cleared aside by Ogrodnik. brind'amour with a back pass taken by Turcotte. Lost it. Cleared out by Ogrodnik to Turcotte. Turcotte across with Nicholls. Nicholls moving down against Paul Cavallini. He's in. Save. Rebound is loose. And Oates sends it out to McLean.
I think Joseph might have made the rebound save off of Ogrodnik. A good move by Nicholls to cut in front.
Paul McLean to the puck, and he's hit by Rochefort. Rochefort with a good check. McLean ties him up. Oates moves in with Greshner. Rochefort's on top of the puck and gets help from the referee. Blows the whistle to stop play. 9:24 to go. Third period. Still tied. 2-2.
We've seen some strong goaltending here in the third period. The shots are 5-3 in favor of the Rangers. This is not a save, but it's a poke check by Vanbiesbrouck as he stopped the puck from having it moved across to McLean. Then there's a tricky little shot after the play. Good goaltending at both ends. Joseph and Vanbiesbrouck here in the third.
Greshner moves the puck to Mullen. Out with Wilson and Dolan. Wilson brings it across. Broken up by Gordy Roberts. Boy, Roberts has been good in this game for St. Louis. Greshner hit by Mahar. Deflected out of the zone. Millette with an open ice hit. Dolan moving in. He's upended by Roberts, and Featherstone takes the puck. Hit by Wilson.
Dolan, I believe, is winded, Sam. He went down in a heap, clutching his midsection and not moving a lot.
Maybe more than winded here.
Yes.
Dolan hurt on the play. And being checked out by medical trainer Dave Smith.
If you can read lips here, doing pretty well. David Smith, of course, speaks Swedish, and Ulf Dolan is Swedish. And it's a very comfortable way for a player to communicate when you're in this position, your native language. We'll try and take a look to see exactly what happened to Ulf Dolan. His left arm isn't moving a lot, Sam. You see him move across, and he gets sandwiched here. Boy, tough to tell whether he fell down on the arm or if it happened before the play. And he gets up now and moving rather slowly.
Doesn't look like he's putting much weight on
the right leg.
The right leg.
Exactly. We saw a good open ice check before on Tuttle as he moves for the puck right here. Millette moves across. And Millette left his feet on the play to nail the Blues winger. Dolan sits down now between the two benches as he is tended to.
I think he doesn't want to go into the locker room. I think he wants to try to find a way to stay in the game. 8:50 to go in the third period.
Rangers have been putting Kerry Wilson on right wing now with Nicholls.
Roberts down low for Mahar. The deflection was stopped. The back pass is intercepted by Nicholls. Nicholls with Millette and Wilson. Dropped to Wilson. Wilson carries it across. Centering pass intercepted by Mahar.
Blues back check. Every time the Rangers go to make a play across the blue line, there's 3 or 4 Blues sitting there. That save, by the way, was a great save off of Mahar on a tricky deflection by Vanbiesbrouck.
Millette firing it across. Nicholls gets to the puck. Nicholls centers, gave it away to Mahar. Cleared out of the zone. Hardy drives it back in. 2-2 the score. Around the boards for Steve Tuttle. 8 minutes to go in the third period. Rangers have to go back and play the puck.
Icing waved off because Randy Moller turned towards the inside of the ice to make it look like he had no chance to get that puck.
Leach.
The linesman didn't fall for it.
Nice rush. Paul Cavallini breaks it up. Mullen tied up by Paul Cavallini, and Brett Hull moves with the puck. Hull gets up some speed, tries to split the defense. It's broken up. Quick shot, save, Vanbiesbrouck. As Momesso took the shot. Kissio gets it out of the zone, and Lawler sends it back in. Vanbiesbrouck has made some good saves here in the third period.
Paul Cavallini, Lawler, and Roberts have had a lot of work on the Blues blue line in this game, and they've all played well.
Lawler behind the net.
Throwing Dirk's name too, only it doesn't seem like he's played as much.
Dirk hasn't played that much. Featherstone has made some good plays.
Yes, but these three have had the majority of the work.
Just under 7 minutes to go in the third. 2-2 the score. Lawler sends it in. Karam's on goal off the glass. Vanbiesbrouck reacted well. Had he been caught out of the net, that puck would have been behind him and in the goal. 6:50 to go in the third. 2-2 the score. Ulf Dahlen is back on the bench and looks like he's ready to return. Coming up next, following New York Rangers hockey, Sports Forum with Al Troutwig, his special guest, outstanding long-distance runner Eamon Coughlin. And then at 11 o'clock, Bob Page at the MSG Sports Desk with the complete sports update, scores and highlights for you. Rochefort moves it up the boards. It's blocked by Paul McLean, taken back by Rochefort. Turcotte checked by brind'amour. 6.5 minutes to go in the third. Nicholls comes out with a puck. Ogrodnik with him on the left. Nicholls moves in against against Dirk. His shot off the glove of Joseph. Taken by Patrick. Sets up Nicholls. He turns and shoots. Save made. Rebound missed by Turcotte, then given away to McLean. Blues break out. Adam Oates coming down against Hardy. Oates puts it in front. Backhander wide. Turcotte races for the puck and gets to it. Turcotte with Ogrodnik right and Nicholls left. Turcotte to Nicholls. Nicholls the shot. Save off the blocker of Joseph. And back come the Blues. brind'amour without the helmet. It's in the Rangers zone. Centering pass deflected. Nicholls has it. Here come the Rangers again. Nicholls moving in against Paul Cavallini. Drop to Mullen. He shoots. Save off the pad of Joseph. Loose puck behind the net. Cavallini's got it. Adam Oates brings it out. 5.5 minutes to go in the third period. 2-2 the score. Past Vanbiesbrouck, couldn't stop it. Lowry, nice pass. Shot by Cavallini. Save Vanbiesbrouck. Gino Cavallini taking the shot. Mullen hit hard. Wilson trying to clear, and he did. Offside, St. Louis.
Best action of the game, end to end. Not many scoring chances, but the pace really quickens up here. Vanbiesbrouck made the last save, and that was off of Cavallini as he moved in. Good pace, Sam, really quickening here in the third period with 5:16 remaining in a 2-2 game. Bernie Nicholls had a chance as you see the Rangers move in, and Nicholls took the backhand, couldn't get it up. I think he wanted to go high with that shot, and then the Rangers challenged to try to get to the rebound, but the Blues did a pretty good job in clearing the crease.
Nicholls has had some good chances in this game.
Well, he creates things, and he's the type of player the Rangers wanted for these situations. A 2-2 game, late in a game, and he is termed a game breaker.
Leach with the puck. Moeller to Wilson. And into the Blues zone. And Curtis Joseph grabs the puck and holds it. 5:05 to go. Third period. Rangers and Blues still tied 2-2. Remember, drinking responsibly makes good sense. Please know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Anheuser-Busch. Wilson, Millette, and Dahlen for the Rangers with Moeller and Leach. Ron Wilson taking the face-off against Carey Wilson. Behind the net, Roberts goes for it. Blocked by Dahlen. Lawler, checked by Gary Wilson. Up the boards, kept in by Leach. Long shot, saved. Joseph. Brought out by Ron Wilson. Moves across, drops it off. Put in front for Ron Wilson. Checked by Leach. Taken away by Leach and Dolan. Now Lowry, number 10, is in there. Ron Wilson trying to get free. Back pass to Gordy Roberts. Millette went down and blocks that attempted pass. Dolan comes out with a puck. Millette taken down in center ice.
He caught the stick from Roberts. After Millette got up and blocked the pass that Roberts was involved with, Millette broke out and Roberts waved his stick, or it appeared to me he waved his stick, and it caught Millette in the face.
And he's cut. We may get a 5-minute major. Yes, 5-minute major.
We do have a 5-minute major. It will be Roberts, who has played a strong game, gets caught here. 4:22 remaining. The Rangers can finish regulation on the power play. Millette goes down here, and Roberts hangs on. Now watch the secondary effort by Millette here to block the puck. Now he gets up to get into play, and there's the stick right across the face of the Ranger winger Millette, and Roberts is gone, and the fans stand in anticipation as the Rangers power play will be able to finish regulation. 4:22 remaining. It's a 5-minute major to Roberts. A careless use of the stick, Sam, and the stumbling block to this point has been Joseph, including last night's game against the Islanders. He has stopped 42 of 43 shots in goal for the Blues.
4:22 remaining in regulation time, tied 2-2, and the Rangers on the power play. A 5-minute major for high sticking and an automatic game misconduct to Gordy Roberts at 15:38. Rangers' 5th power play of the game. They're 1 for 4. Grodnick across. Now it's Nicholls for the shot. Knocked down. Cavallini moving it. Nicholls stops it. Nicholls with Turcotte, Grodnick, Patrick, and Leach. Patrick to Leach. He shoots high and wide. Around the boards, Nicholls stops it. Deflected by Patrick. He's knocked down hard, and the Blues away with the puck. Paul Cavallini moving in.
Rangers shot selection on the power play. Impatient. They've got lots of time here to try and develop a play, and they've taken 2 shots in bad angles, and neither shot got through.
Nicholls moves it around the boards. It's stopped there by Joseph. Nice play into the corner. Blues come out of the zone. Mahar with Adam Oates left. 2-on-1 with Leach back. Feed to Oates. Oates with a shot high and knocked away with a blocker by Vanbiesbrouck. Here's Bernie Nicholls coming down with Leach on the right side. Lead for Leach. Leach against Dirk. Leach holds up. Joined by Dolan. Leach to Hardy. Hardy looking down low. Feed to Nicholls. Nicholls on with Mullen and Dolan, but the Blues take the puck away, and it's cleared by Mahar with 3:05 to go in regulation time. You see the time left in the 5-minute major. If we go to overtime, it would carry over. And a stick above the shoulder called on Mike Lawler, stopping play. With 2:58 to go in regulation time, Dave Lowry has had a shorthanded goal.
His 2nd of the season, and the Blues had themselves a scoring chance. A 2-on-1 war where Oates took the high shot and Vanbiesbrouck waved at it, knocked the puck high and wide. It was a 2-on-1, and here you see Mahar moving it across to Oates, and he flipped the puck up. It may have gone high and wide anyway, as the Blues think offense, even though they're killing the penalty.
Wilson, Mullen, Dolan, Hardy, and Greshner. Dolan took a bump but kept it in the zone. Rangers on the power play. 2-2 the score. And they will remain on the power play for the remainder of time in regulation. Greshner to Mullen. Dolan set up down low and in front. Hit by Lawler. Mullen comes off the boards. He fakes. Feeds Greshner with room. Long shot deflected. Here's Mullen. Shot it wide. Hardy. Past Wilson. Lawler hit by Dolan. Wilson gets it back for Hardy. Knocked away by Ron Wilson. And Greshner recovers. Greshner keeps control of the puck. Hardy with 2:10 to go in regulation time lifts it in. Ogrodnik is back on with Turcotte and Nicholls. Hardy going for it, but it's knocked away by Adam Oates. Nicholls picks it up. 2 minutes to go in regulation time. Ogrodnik moving in. Rangers on the power play. A 5-minute major advantage.
Kissio playing up front as the center iceman, and Nicholls on the point.
Nicholls moving down, shooting, knocked down in front, rebound cleared aside by Cavallini. Turcotte checked by Paul Cavallini. Leach picks up the puck. Feed to Nicholls. Nicholls again shoots, save made. Joseph turns around and rolled wide. It got through him and rolled wide.
And those last 2 shots by Nicholls, good shots, not only because they hit the net, but they were low shots.
Lead to Kissio. He shoots wide. Around the boards and out. 1:20 to go in regulation time. 2-2 the score. Nicholls on the move. Nicholls slides it across. Leach has the puck. Leach tied up down low. Dahlin got it to Kissio. Kissio's tied up. Dahlin moves in, reaching for it. 1 minute to go in regulation time. Rangers digging for it. Finally, the whistle stops play with 56 seconds to go in regulation time. A minute 34 to go in the 5-minute major.
Non-stop action. And the Blues very, very aggressive as their penalty killing unit continues to work the Rangers power play. I mean, they are just going after everybody as far as the Rangers go when they control a puck. And Dirk and Lawler, and it seems like Lawler hasn't been off the ice. Nicholls had himself a chance. He plays the point. He likes to move into the top of the circle. And it's a low shot, but it's an accurate shot, and that creates problems for goaltenders. The puck squirts in behind and across in front of the goal line. No other Ranger player was able to get to that loose puck. The Rangers now with 56 seconds remaining still have the power play if they go into overtime. So Nicholls getting himself a rest.
Rangers keep it in. Wilson with 50 seconds left. Wilson back to Patrick. Patrick checked by Mahar to Leach. One time, it's saved by Joseph. Kept in by Patrick. The shot deflected wide. Curtis Joseph has been brilliant. Under immense pressure in the final minutes here. 30 seconds to go in regulation time. 2-2 the score. Rangers on the power play. Leach. Pass deflected. Mullen moves in. It was knocked away. Wilson centers. It's blocked. Back pass to Patrick. Missed connection. It's out of the zone. 15 seconds to go in regulation time. Leach with a puck. Now Dahlin across. Dahlin with a shot deflected into the corner. Cavallini plays it with 4 seconds to go. Here's a chance for Nicholls, and it's blocked. And time runs out in regulation, and we'll go to overtime. Tied 2-2, and overtime will begin with the Rangers on a power play. But what a performance by the rookie Curtis Joseph, who has come in relieving the injured Vincent Riendeau and has not allowed a goal.
23 shots.
What an effort. Curtis Joseph. And we're going to overtime. Rangers and Blues tied 2-2.
2.
Rangers led 2-0 in the first period. Blues got one back in the first. It was 2-1 into the first. Blues tied it in the second, and there was no scoring in the third. But the Rangers were on the power play for the final 4 minutes and 22 seconds.
And this is very late, and there's a slap shot through traffic by Brian Leach with a screen set up in front. And Joseph, who showed quick feet all throughout this contest, kicked out his right leg to make another save.
Shots on goal for the game. Rangers 29 and the Blues 21. Rangers with 12 shots in the third period. Blues with 7. Overtime this season. Rangers with 1 win. That was against Philadelphia. The Blues' 1 win in overtime came against Philadelphia. Rangers 1 loss at New Jersey. The Blues' 1 loss was at Minnesota. Curtis Joseph, his 3rd game in the NHL.
His first game, he was shelled by Edmonton. He played deep in the net. Didn't have a good night. His second game was a 2-1 win in the Island last night. And his third game, a fine performance here against the Rangers.
Rangers still on the power play for another 38 seconds of that 5-minute major to Gordie Roberts. Nicholls, Turcotte, Ogrodnik, Leach, and Patrick against Mahar, Ron Wilson, Lawler, and Featherstone. Nicholls playing it through. Patrick with a pass that's blocked. And it's cleared into the crowd. The faceoff will be in the blue zone. That puck slipped through. Darren Turcotte, a little band-aid. May have got nicked under the chin there. 23 seconds to go on the power play. We are in overtime. Sudden death for the losers. Sudden victory for the winner, Bernie Nicholls. Boy, he's had a lot of shots in this game.
Lots of power play time in the last half for the Rangers, so his ice time increases. Sandstrom averaged about 18 minutes a game. Nicholls will be up around 25 per game.
Along the boards, Nicholls pokes at it. Nicholls has it again. Back to Patrick. Toward the net, knocked down by Lowry. And cleared by Ron Wilson, but into the Rangers bench. That'll bring the puck back into the blue zone again. 9 seconds remaining in the power play.
It's not what Wilson wanted to do. He wanted to shuffle the puck down the ice and hopefully for him have the penalty killing chores expire. Now with the puck going into the Rangers player bench, faceoff comes back inside the blue zone. There's 9 seconds left on the power play, so the Rangers have the man advantage for the faceoff.
Another good, solid, workmanlike effort by the St. Louis Blues.
Their penalty killing has been excellent, Sam. You have to give them full marks. Just work, 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 attack, attack, attack. And they've gotten the job done.
Here's Ron Wilson with a chance moving in. Wheeling against Rochefort. The shot blocked by Rochefort. Power play is over. Teams are at full strength. We're in overtime. 2-2 the score. 4:10 to go in overtime. Peter Zezel. Haven't seen Peter Zezel and Brett Hull for quite a while. The remaining last 4 minutes, 22 seconds of regulation time. The Blues spent penalty killing. Bouncing puck broken up by Rochefort. Momesso plays it in. Hull had to get onside. Rochefort back for the puck. Moves it around the boards. Bounces down. Momesso takes it. Bumped by Greshner. Nyland moves over. Now it's Brett Hull with Erickson on him. Wilson reaches for the puck and gets it. Gary Wilson gets it out of the zone. Brett Hull looking for it. Rochefort did a good job on both Hull and Zezel. Moeller against Momesso. 3:20 to go in overtime. Gary Wilson takes the puck out. Slowed down by Brett Hull. Hull still in the zone. Oates has to wait for him to get onside. Now it's Moeller. Looking. Plays it off the boards. Slow change shot by Brind'amour was blocked. Vanbiesbrouck covers it. Slow change almost caught Normand Rochefort still on the ice. 3:02 to go.
And that's why Moeller was waiting and waiting behind the goal with a puck as the Rangers were changing players. He had nobody open to try and hit with a pass. And that puck nearly hit Rochefort, as you called it, Sam. That would have been too many men on the ice. Blues with 21 shots to this point. It's 7 in each period and none in overtime.
Rangers trying to gain some ground on the idle New York Islanders. Islanders 53 points, Rangers 49. Rangers 2 games in hand. Devils with 53 points and 52 games. Rangers with a game in hand, which they're making up tonight. Devils will not play again until Sunday night in Vancouver. Moeller moves it to Leach. And it's up into the crowd. Another face-off. This one in the Rangers zone. 2:53 to go in overtime. Rangers goal scorers Brian Mullen and Darren Turcotte. Brett Hull and Dave Lowry has scored for St. Louis. Ryan Sutter's team trying to move up on Toronto.
I would imagine the happiest player in the building right now is Gordy Roberts, who took the major, and the Blues killed it off for him.
Paul McLean back to Paul Cavallini. A shot blocked by Janssens. Leach brings it out. It was blocked by Ogrodnik. Nichols to Leach. Offside. Ogrodnik ahead of the play on the left wing.
And that was a 4-man rush for the Rangers with Brian Leach, the defenseman, involved. Sam, you mentioned the Toronto Maple Leafs. 6 times the Blues have played the Leafs this year. The Blues have outshot the Leafs badly. In fact, they've outshot the Leafs 239 to 156, and they haven't beaten them yet. And here the Blues have been outshot by 8 shots, and Curtis Joseph has been outstanding in the Blues goal.
He's faced 23 shots since coming into the game with 6 minutes 6 seconds remaining in the first period when Vincent Riendeau was injured. Run into by Chris King and suffered a contusion in the back. Vanbiesbrouck plays it around the glass. Clears the zone. 2.5 minutes to go in overtime. Moeller cleared out by Turcotte. Gino Cavallini brought it across, but Lowry in the zone too soon. St. Louis offside.
Might be a record for the season for 2 teams, the amount of times they've been offside. And it's both teams standing up well at their own blue lines, talking about defensively, and the teams have tried to carry the pucks into the zone, and in doing so, there's been all kinds of offsides called.
Dave Lowry, who scored the tying goal in the second period, a shorthanded goal, was stopped the first time by Vanbiesbrouck, but got the rebound. Bernie Nicholls played a strong game for the Rangers in his New York debut. He's seen a lot of ice time, had a lot of shots. As we mentioned, Curtis Joseph has been good.
Near the blade of a stick. He had black tape on a black blade. It has to be tough for a goaltender to find the puck, which is black too.
Patrick all the way across, leading Erickson into the zone, broken up by Featherstone. Sent back in by Hardy and blocked by Lawler. Lawler chased by Kissio. 2 minutes to go in overtime. Featherstone has trouble with the puck. Tried to lift it clear, was knocked down. Mullen got hit in the back of the head by Momesso, who was reaching for that puck. Zezel knocked down by Mullen. Mullen's okay. Patrick picks it up. 1:40 to go in overtime. Into the blue zone. Paul Cavallini against Jan Eriksson. Now Zezel turns. Eriksson works it free to Nicholls. He shoots. Saved by Joseph.
Boy, what a play by Nicholls just to be able to release the shot. He had one of the Blues players all over him. He made 2 little moves to the inside, to the outside, and just had enough to release the shot. Got quite a bit on it. And Curtis Joseph made the fine catching glove save. Didn't take much for Nicholls to create a scoring chance.
Well, he's had a lot of good shots in front. And here it was, a little work by Eriksson along the boards.
See the puck squirt loose as Eriksson puts it right out front. A little move to the inside and a quick snap. And there's the shot, a good one. And Joseph with a fine save.
Nicholls very quick with that change of direction.
He changes without using much ice surface to be able to make the move. It's almost like stopping on the old dime and making the quick turn.
Paul Cavallini, 1:20 to go in overtime. Bounces out in front. Ron Wilson clears the zone. Greshner stops it. Paul Cavallini back for it. Around the boards. And the Blues move out. Lead for Paul McLean. That's a 2-line pass. Bring it back into the Blues zone. 1:03 to go in overtime. Only shot on goal by the Rangers here in the overtime period.
And as far as goaltending goes for the Rangers, Vanbiesbrouck has played well here. Richter, we all know, has played well in recent games. The Rangers coaching staff, Roger Nielsen, has said he hasn't even started thinking about who's going to play goal Saturday in Boston. He's more worried about this game.
Rangers in Boston Saturday afternoon. Game time 1:30 here on Madison Square Garden Network. Bruce Beck and John Davidson on the call. I'll be away Saturday. Be back with you Sunday night. Less than a minute to go in the game. Leach moving across. Slides it. Knocked away. Shot by Turcotte. Saved by Joseph. Ogrodnik gets to the puck. He shoots. Save Joseph. And the Blues come out with the puck. McLean right side. Brind'amour across against James Patrick. Brind'amour checked by Patrick. Leaves the puck in the corner. Paul McLean's got it. 35 seconds to go. Behind the net, Adam Oates. Feet in front, Paul McLean. Save Vanbiesbrouck. And the puck is put in, but the whistle blew. The whistle blew. No goal.
Vanbiesbrouck with a save on McLean. Brian Sutter wants to know why. I think the puck was underneath John Vanbiesbrouck. And as Paul Stewart blew the whistle, the puck came loose and went over the goal line. Wow. And the steely-eyed Brian Sutter wants to know what and why. It doesn't count. You'll see the puck move around from behind the goal, and Vanbiesbrouck will make the save off of McLean there.
Now the puck, yeah, I see McLean kicked it in with his right leg. Right. McLean kicked it in with his right skate, and that's why it's disallowed.
And I also think that Paul Stewart had blown the whistle before it went in.
Take a look once again. Watch the player here. McLean have a stick all tied up. His stick is tied up, and he kicks with his right leg. And the puck squirted over. His stick did not do the damage at all. I believe it was a skate. And I guess, Sam, in the fact that he blew the whistle before the puck went across, it may have been hidden from Paul Stewart's view. But because of that, the faceoff remains inside the Rangers zone.
27 seconds to go in the game. 2-2 the score. We're in overtime. Blues with 1 shot on goal in overtime. The Rangers with 3. Kissio, Mullen and Erickson on for the Rangers with Patrick and Leach. Rangers control rather Moeller and Leach. Moeller moving the puck around for Erickson. Erickson lead for Kissio. Kissio looking in front. Goes around the net. Tries to put it in front of his block. Kissio gets to the puck and shoots. Saved by Joseph, and he holds it. 10 seconds to go, and again the Rangers getting a good chance.
One area for the Rangers, which is not a problem anymore, is the fact that they win a lot of defensive draws. And Kissio won the last draw rather cleanly from Oates. From that point, the Rangers were able to move up the ice and over the next 17 seconds develop a scoring chance, which they just did. And it was Kissio finding the loose puck and firing it high, and Joseph held on. Now Bernie Nicholls steps onto the ice to try and get some offense with just 10 seconds left. I think Leach will stay on, and Moeller comes off, and the Rangers will go with 5 forwards with 10 seconds remaining in overtime, a 2-2 game.
Bernie Nicholls, in his New York debut, has had an assist, and he's had many shots on goal. I don't know what the count is. He had 4 in the second period. I think he's had at least that many here in the third.
Right. Now Kissio will try and draw the puck back, I would think. He's a right-handed centerman. Be interesting to see what the strategy is here as Nicholls lines up almost to the left side, the near side of Kissio.
Kissio and Mahar for the faceoff. Kissio wins it. Nicholls shoots and it's blocked. Leach tries to get to it and keep it in. Didn't do it. It would be an offside if the Rangers touch it, and it is with 2 seconds to go, and this one will wind up a tie. Well, the Rangers get 27 shots on goal on Curtis Joseph, and he stops them all. Rangers had 2 goals against Vincent Riendeau in the first period on 6 shots on goal. The rookie Curtis Joseph replaced him with 6:06 left in the first and shuts the Rangers down. The Blues rally to get a tie, and quite a game.
It was a very interesting game. This young man played a very strong portion of time in goal for the Blues. The Blues get 5 out of 6 points against the Rangers this season, and it was a hard-working hockey game, Sam. The Rangers had their chances, outshot the Blues by 11 shots, but again, this kid came off the bench and played very well.
He was excellent. Curtis Joseph now 1-1-1. John Vanbiesbrouck, first start since the 4th of January, and a good effort for him. We'll be back with our post-game wrap-up in just a moment. The Evian Natural Spring Water Player of the game is Curtis Joseph with a superb performance. He came in the first period replacing the injured Vincent Riendeau. He faced 27 shots. He made 27 saves. He shut the Rangers down after the Rangers had the lead in the game, and the Blues came back to tie it. He is the #1 star of the game. 2-2 is the score, the final, and we'll be back with more in just a moment.
It's always hard when you get thrown in the game. You don't take much warm-up and stuff, but I was just glad that it worked out well.
You've been down at Peoria in the minors this year and working with Coach Wayne Thomas. How much has he influenced your style and your development?
Well, he's very smart, and he's told me to come out of my net a little bit, 6 to 8 inches, and cut down the angle a little bit because these shooters can pick the corners really well. So he's helped me quite a bit.
Congratulations on a terrific effort tonight, and you certainly showed New York what you're capable of doing. We wish you the best the rest of the way.
Okay, thank you.
Curtis Joseph, our player of the game, coming up with 27 saves. Our player of the game will receive a Be My Guest restaurant certificate from American Express. This unique personal gift honored at any restaurant in the U.S. or Canada that accepts the card. Be My Guest from American Express. membership has its privileges. And dinner for two at the Blue Moon Mexican Cafe, New York's top-rated restaurant, located at 150 8th Avenue, 75th Street, and 1st Avenue, and a new location on Columbus between 73rd and 74th, all in Manhattan. So the season series ends with the Blues getting 2 wins and a tie at the Garden tonight. 2-2, our final. We'll be back.
Marines.
2-2 is the final. The Budweiser goal of the game is brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood Age for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers. For all you do, this Bud's for you. The shorthanded goal by Dave Lowry that tied it, John.
It was the last goal of the game at 13:40 of the second period, and it was a play where the Blues got to the puck for 3 different shots. One shot, the point shot. Now Lowry will get 2 chances himself. There's the second, and finally he takes his time with the third. It puts it up over top of Vanbiesbrouck and a fall on Brian Mullen. And that was a shorthanded goal to tie the game at 2, and that was the end of the scoring for this one.
Rangers back in action Saturday afternoon at the Boston Garden against the Boston Bruins. Bruce Beck and JD will bring you the call on that one. I'll rejoin you Sunday night when the Rangers meet the Minnesota North Stars. Coming up next, Al Trotwig with Sports Forum and his special guest, long-distance runner Eamon Coughlin. That show will join already in progress. Don't forget at 11 o'clock, Bob Page at the MSG Sports Desk. That wraps it up here at the Garden. The Rangers and the St. Louis Blues play a 2-2 tie. Rangers now have 50 points this season. For JD and Bruce Beck, this is Sam Rosen. So long, everyone.